Brian Christgau, your book, Six Gun Gorilla, is excellent. Six Gun Gorilla, awesome. Awesome comic book.
We've all heard the stories. We've all heard the legends. Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, Billy the Kid. But there's a secret history to the Old West. One that seems too strange to be true, but, well, we all know what they say about the truth. Very big ape, very big guns, blowing very big holes, very bad people. I think the world is finally ready to hear the story of the strangest, the most startling Western hero of them all. Six Gun Gorilla, Long Days of Vengeance.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it, you know I be on a what? Yeah. You know I be on a what? Man on a mission, I'ma get it, you know I be on a what? Yeah, it's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving it to all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work.
The sun peeks over the horizon. Your excitement builds. The animals in the field start to stir. The forest comes alive with sounds. The sunlight glimmers off the lake, and the mountains start to shed their morning fog. So load up your favorite ammo, grab a few buddies, and head out to make some memories. And tell the rest of the world that you've gone hunting. Gone Hunting is a 1 to 4 player game of family fun where you build a unique hunting ground, scout different animals, buy weapons and gear, and roll dice to hunt. Complete objectives and try not to miss. So let's load up the truck and back Gone Hunting today. See you in the field.
The original intention of the film was just for my personal use, but I thought with it being such a unique thing that I'd like to offer it to anybody who wants to see it. Things like that. And it's just a unique film of him.
He says, I beat you. He says, they say we came in under the dead of heat. He says, that's not true because I beat you. And the American said, well, he says, if you like to think so, he says, but I know the real story. He says, I know I clearly won that one. See?
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kepp at CKOEPP.com today.
In a world ravaged by monsters, a new evil has risen, poisoning the land and threatening humanity. Now, the monster Matador, along with the meanest and baddest kaiju killers, have joined forces to kick its ass. Monster Matador, after Apocalypse.
Come get some.
The Madness Comic Network and Comic-Related Madness proudly presents Monday Madness, featuring Pops and the Richness, and indie creators from around the world. Tune in to our content on Comic Talk with Pops Van Zandt on YouTube.
I am here, and I'm sorry to say that the richness is not with us today, but for a good reason. Starts his job at the Confetti Institute or whatever over there in London tomorrow, so he's taking a day to prepare himself for his first day at work. And we have so many capable people to stand in his shoes and keep the show going, one of which is one of my favorite indie creators, Mr. Brian Christgau. What's happening?
What up, Pops? What's going on?
Hey, you know what's up.
Yeah. I'm you're gonna have to forgive me. I'm like having some oatmeal with some maple syrup. So.
You just woke up, huh?
Yeah, I sure did. I was up till like 5 o'clock in the morning last night, working. I mean, I lost my puppy in comics, and 3 o'clock in the morning. That's the sweet spot.
I'm telling you, you gotta do the work whenever the inspiration hits you. Correct?
Without a doubt.
All right, we got people in the chat. We got me a whole bunch of times, and then we got Apex, and we got COVID Kid. Kev, and I'm not exactly sure who the Facebook user is. Could be Brad, could be Jonathan Brooks, could be any number of people over there in the map.
Could be the FBI. Could be.
I don't think they'd call me Pops though. I'm just
but it's like it's all lowercase, so
yeah.
That makes me a little suspicious.
We got a great freaking show today. We have 3 active campaigns that I think are all funded. Right? Right? Yeah, Max and Doran and Frog are all funded. Then we have Stephen Prince launching Monster Matador Volume 1, which is the combined first 4 books, I believe. So we get to launch one. We get to talk about 3 that are funded instead of begging people to buy. You know what I mean? It's like, this is going to be fun. So our first guest is Mr. Jazz Hands himself. I'm never going to let you forget that, Doran. I'm never going to let you forget it, brother.
What can I do? I'd use them, but then the whole thing would break, the internet and the whole signal, everything would go down.
I'll save them
for. Well, I'm not at the end of the show, so I can't use them at the end either. I'll hold them safe.
I always have it at the end of the show for you, bro.
How do you end this thing? How do you put the where's the brakes on this bus? I forgot.
Jazz hands.
Have a good
night.
What's up, Doran?
Hey, Brian. RJ could not figure out how to end that show. He's like, I can't find the buttons. Pops has labeled everything, and they're just things all over the place. I don't know what video I'm. And I'm like, Jazz hands.
Yeah, he did good though. He did good, and then we used that clip. That's a perfect outro for every show.
It is.
Oh, I'm using it all the time now, as you probably saw in the Just Jossing podcast when Josh dropped and I was by myself for a half hour. I was talking about the power of jazz hands, and
you're famous now.
I'm by myself. I might as well have some fun with this, but I'm not going to use them.
Now, I did drop the link over there for this one, I believe, somewhere. There's Frogs and there's Gone Hunting, and we're up at the top somewhere, maybe. No, somebody else. No, okay. Look, they're all in the description, but I'm going to drop the link for this one right now. Forsaken Future #1, Whitefire Comics. What's up, Sim? How you doing, buddy? So this is the link, so y'all can go check it out yourself. Forsaken Future #1, but this is how it is right here. We got people on Facebook yelling at us. Hey, yo! Oh, that's my friend. Look, we got Ernest McClendon first off. Ernest McClendon, artist from Georgia. I got to talk to you, Ernest. We got stuff happening, bro. And the other one, the Yo, is a friend of mine, a local friend of mine that I met. That had nothing to do with comics. What do you think of that? Watching our show. So
awesome.
Appreciate you,
Joe.
What's up, brother?
You're on the line. Just
that's what we're trying to do, man. Trying to make people aware of this indie comic scene and all the awesome stuff that's happening. So,
and there's the Hexter. Look, guys. Look.
It's the first time I think I've
we got a little
say hello to him outside of
Hex.
chat.
He's gonna come out later, and we're gonna open it up. All right, we got a little something from Hex right here. Yeah.
Oh,
it's not ticking or anything, is it?
Even if it was, I'd be jacked about opening it. What do you think about that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I'm very psyched. Very psyched to read Nephilim Squadron. Hex is a cool guy, and I can't wait to see what he's done. You know, I love seeing people that were, just names in the chats, and like now they're doing it. and that's what the scene's all about.
And that's one that we've been looking forward to, and now it's like all in being fulfilled and everything. Everybody's been looking forward to this for a while. Hex also did a crossover, as did Brian, with the Cromniverse campaign. So hopefully we'll be getting that one out to you again soon.
Yeah, man.
But Bruce Lee would kick Batman's ass. I'm okay with that. I mean, didn't Kato pretty much handle those guys? I'm just saying.
Kato is amazing.
Well, he's talking about not Bruce Lee. He's talking about Bruce Leroy. From The Last Dragon.
I know.
None of them can take Bruce Lee.
Not the Shogun of Harlem.
We do love that stuff. You know that.
Hell yeah.
Check it out. So we played everybody's trailer during the beginning of the show because we have them. I don't have yours, Doran.
Yeah, we had discussed it a while ago because I think you were worried about music at one point or something. I couldn't remember if you were worried about the rights to music, so I never did send it. I don't have a minute clip either.
Unless we get hits, you got to send it to us and let us play it.
Okay. Okay, yeah, it's a couple minute trailer. It's not one of those.
I'm disputing all of it now. I'm fighting every single thing they hit me with, man. It's like I just don't care anymore. You guys want to do? Okay, we'll make somebody look at it. Then we'll make somebody actually do the work. Okay,
Good.
Why not?
Yeah.
Right?
You should. I mean, it's
I'm really tired of that third world copyright claims and shit from countries I've never heard of. And it's like, what? Wait a minute. They might not even have internet there.
Copyright trolls. I know, being from the corporate world, I shouldn't even dive into this, but I know that there's lawyers set aside just to sue other companies, right?
Yes.
Of course.
I was at a company and we got sued over the word mask. Using it in the image editing tool, and we got sued over it. Not sued, but they threatened to sue, and we had to prove that everybody uses the word. And they'd already sued one big company, and then they came after the next one after they failed. It's just silliness.
Well,
just trying to make their bucks.
Paris Hilton tried to copyright "That's Hot," and then
Joel says that I keep freezing up. Is anybody else experiencing me freezing up, or does he just need to reset his? And does he just need to reset his what do they call them things? Modems. Is anybody else experiencing these issues? I just need to know. I mean, if I need to reboot, I'll reboot. You see what I'm saying? There you go. Paid for the net.
Yep.
See, and that's why I have all my own intros and stuff. I know who made the music. I know where it came from. It was made for us specifically. So,
no copyrights, right?
Yeah, you have to protect yourself for sure. I bought the rights to the music. I didn't just go and grab it from somewhere. I actually went.
Sketch? What's up, brother?
Hey, Sketch.
We have, because the Rich didn't show up, I'm like, let's just have co-hosts from Hell Day. Okay, so hi Hex, what's up, brother?
How's it going, brother?
We're all gonna talk about your book, man.
Yeah, man.
Greetings from hell.
I'm gonna go ahead and play this trailer real quick, and then we will move on from there. All right?
Heck yeah.
Music's amazing, by the way.
All right.
Boom.
Nice.
Is that rocking or what?
Yeah, man. Nice.
Dude.
I have a little problem with the premise, though, because, I mean, the whole idea of corporations taking over the country and then just, like, leaving ordinary people just to fend for themselves, that could never happen.
No, what? Especially foreign companies.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
In this future, the Earth is just treated. So humanity has passed the Earth and the Moon and all that. So the Earth is kind of treated as not like it is to us now, right? We've moved past it, and it's kind of this thermal. We suck its thermal energy almost is some of the premise of it. But it's such a deep world that I built. I needed to do a prelude video to get people kind of up to speed and let them understand, what's going on, right? And then kind of start to get into the stories. Like this one's really about a followed shelter called Lucky 13, and it trying to survive past the apocalypse, and with all these corporations. Like, no, they're the last of North America, right? So they're the last stand of our ways of life, and it's just like, what are they going to do? They're just one followed shelter. It's a matter of time till these huge terror dredges kind of find them just randomly driving over the earth, just mining. So they know their time is short, and how they're going to act is what it's all about.
And as you can see, I'm doxing myself up there. Yes, I did back this book.
Heck yeah,
is awesome, Pop.
But look at that.
Yeah, no, it looks cool.
Ask me why. Just look at that and ask me why.
Yeah,
I'll just look at you dumb like.
That's Joaco Guerrero's art, and his ability to draw my concepts are phenomenal. So he's done quite a few. I actually have a Terra piece dredge these dredges that go over the planet. He just finished last week a Terra dredge piece based on a concept art of mine. I could share it if you guys want to see it. Very few people have.
I love concept art. I absolutely adore it. Like, I love when you see concept art in like old movie magazines or in books, that sort of a thing.
And then you see what it grew into, and you're like, oh, that's how it started. Oh,
yeah. Like, I've got like the book of the making of Alien from like 1979. Oh, yeah. That's got like all the designs by Giger and Mobius. Yeah, amazing stuff.
So hopefully on screen you can see this thing.
Yeah, man.
So that is what a terror dredges look like. So it's a great concept picture I did, and then he took it to another level. They're kind of running over this little civilization of people that have survived, kind of running over their little huts. But you can see 2 or 3 of them in the background, and they're just trashing the planet, just taking the resources, right? And then in the background you can see New Washington, which is mentioned in the prelude video. So that's the one city that's in North America based on all the mining and all the evolution of things. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm a sucker for dystopian science fiction. Yeah, what's so interesting about it as a genre is that it's really not so much about the future as it is kind of about the present, isn't it?
It is
about the things you're seeing in the present and where they could lead. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
That's know.
Yeah, and I have in the series. So I was a huge fan of RoboCop, the old school RoboCop, not the newer movies, but the newer movie was all right. But the whole kind of ads they did in that, and the old X-ray glasses and all that stuff. So I've got some ads in there. One of them's about water, and it's very, as you say, it's like it's a sign of the times. Water's becoming crazy, but in the future, imagine what it's going to be in 100 years if you want to get clean water, right?
Well,
we're used to it. But
it's crazy because I remember it was like 25, 30 years ago. There's this magazine called Utney Reader, right? And what it did was it compiled pieces from like different like lefty magazines, like Mother Jones, for instance, right? And there was an article in there that said like the big issue in the future is going to be water. And corporations privatizing water.
Yep.
And I live in New York. In the city, there's a entire housing project that has arsenic in their water. A 25-year-old died from drinking the poisoned water there. And people think that Flint is the only place that has poisoned water.
There's bad water everywhere.
It's
I have
everywhere
a friend
now.
Yeah, I had a friend his parents died from their well water in Nova Scotia. They got cancer from it. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So, you know what I mean? Like, it's life. You don't know sometimes. You got to watch out for stuff. Water is, we take it advantage. It comes out of our tap. It is good, right? But yeah, be careful. You know?
These days, yeah. Yeah.
Back to the comics, guys. We only got a minute.
It all ties in, though. It'll tie in down below.
Tomorrow for the Tuesday morning brew, and we'll get into this.
It's not like I'm like totally like changing the subject, you know, and like talking about.
I'm a yapper too. You get me going on a subject, I'll yap all day.
Yeah, man.
So Commander Rasha is
our so there's the Euro Union, which is the planetary forces that look out for the planet. So there's planetary space stations, planetary peace stations, I call them, that are around the planet. And she's a commander with the Union, and she's one of the people who's actually hunting the Dark Ace, which is the next character down. So she's a very obsessed, and when I say obsessed, I mean she literally has a severe OCD problem. That so if she's after you, she's after, like, there's nothing else she can do, but she needs to, you know, she needs to deal with the itch, and her mental state is a very big part of the series for sure. And this is the Dark Ace, or John Liger. So the Dark Ace is a type of armor, basically, that he's wearing. And from there, he's one of the two brothers in arms who is trying to save the refuge and his modern family in the Lucky 13 shelter. And then that's Christian Caliber, so that's his brother in arms. I love these two as a combination. I picture them like Punisher and Wolverine in the comics, the way that, you know, the way they should fight together. You know, so like in a mentality state. But Christian is kind of his brother-in-law. It's a modern family situation. It's not your typical family. I mean, it's 100 years in the future. It's so he's just involved at a personal level. And he's trying to watch Liger's back, or the Dark Ace's armor. The drone hive, they just basically, is my mentality, kind of like the Matrix a little bit, that we're embraced with our technology.
He even looks like Mr. Anderson. That's funny.
Yeah, so the idea of that you are part of your technology to run the drone. So you'll see the EU logo there's on the right side. So they're part of the EU, and they're people who are literally just almost clone-ish that in their design that run drones that circle the planet. This is Jessica Caliber. That is Christian Caliber's sister, and that's all part of the modern family. If you scroll down just a little bit, there's a new picture I put on this week. This picture here is kind of, I finally got a piece of art in from Dion and colored by David Ocampa. And this is kind of a picture of the part of the family that's within the shelter. So on your right is John Liger, on your left is Christian Caliber, and they have their daughter Lizzie, or Elizabeth. So this is kind of what they're all fighting for, is their existence.
Okay, Lucky 13. I'm good with that.
Yeah. That's the planetary peace stations. Yeah, right there. And we're getting into a little bit of the start of the comic and what's going on. So some beautiful art by David Dion, and the coloring of Ocampa. David Ocampa is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I like it. So the covers.
Yep, we got the Brood cover from David Dion and David Ocampa again. I just wanted to have a couple of them with this kind of team together, right? These two who are going to go out and try and figure out why cheat and steal, do whatever they got to do to try and get to protect their refuge, right? So that's kind of their first. You can see the drones in the background as well too, a little bit of a prelude.
probably something I should have asked you before I backed it.
Yep.
What's the shipping like from where you're at?
Not nice. I'm realizing that both ways. It seems like that's always a big conversation.
Yeah.
From Canada, but I'm starting to wonder a little bit if they have a bug possibly in their system, where when I put the shipping in Canada, that it still shows the same in the States, where it would be 25% off. I'm not sure on that, but the shipping is. I think the best way to deal with something like this as an indie person, if I was supporting this and that, is probably to get a better tier. You know what I mean? So the shipping's the same, but you're getting more out of it.
Right.
So that's what I think is always usually the best way. But the shipping is, I think it was 50, as much as the comic. I think that's the comic in the PDF, but I think it would cost you around $30, maybe a little bit more for it with the shipping. Now. You have to want it, right? And that's why I'm totally trying to create premium comics. They're gonna have gloss covers. They're gonna not be all of them will have that, not be a typical kind of cover. There'll be a thicker stock and all that. So they're a little more premium, and there's more pages. So some people create 20-page comics. This should be 28 pages to 32 is the plan. So it's going to be a little bit of a bigger comic too. So just so people know that it's not going to be something that's 20 pages. I find when you read a 20-page comic, you're at the end of it before you even figure out what's, you're kind of going, oh, it's just like a little taste of something, right?
Especially if there's like not a lot of like Easter eggs and stuff to look for. Man, I'm done with that. 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that's why I like adding in those
6 months. I spent all this money. It got here. It was over.
Yep. Yeah, and that's why I add those ads in for a little bit of flavor, breaking it up a bit. You know what I mean? So a couple little ads that are a little bit ironic to the future, and then I have a newsletter at the back of it from the future. Right. With a bunch of little stories in it that are really relevant to the overall story, but they introduce the world a bit. So that piece art there is David Ocampa's. That's a phenomenal piece of Commander Rasha that he did. So that's the Obsession cover. I put in for each tier. I made it you can get each cover separately. So that's the End of Days. I made this one exclusive. I love this piece of art. It's by Ricardo Silva, who did a lot of the Sister Mercy art and covers, and it's just showing that Earth in the background at the impact almost, and then the Earth still has a blue atmosphere, but the green is starting to come in, and then of course we got the planetary peace station on the side, and then the two brothers in arms.
We can't say Sister Mercy without saying Corey Hardiman.
Oh yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And me, I helped start it.
Yeah,
the first two issues, but creator, everything. Yeah, no, his whole thing. But yeah. Yeah, he's my longtime best friend. So we've known each other since we were 16 years old, pretty well. I might have been 17.
Awesome.
And this is a piece here by Joaquin Guerrera again, who did the Terra Dredge art and all that. Is a back cover for all 3 issues. I was originally going to make it a front cover, but this is the only piece of art that to me really looked good with as a back cover to go with the fronts. So that's where I got tricky. When you start looking at all the art, right? You're like, oh man, this one goes with this one. This one can go with this. Oh, this one doesn't go with this one.
Well, for me,
it was
different. For me, it was like I had these 4 covers, and then somebody presented a piece of art that I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's what
I don't want to make another cover. You know what? I want this one to be on every book, and I wanted to put that on the back. You know, it was like.
And I'll probably make this the exclusive. So I usually make one for the website. You can get the PDFs off the website usually afterwards. Right. This will probably be the exclusive cover for the PDF there. And here we have Derek Stevens. Now, if anybody knows my Raycal series, he did the amazing cover for that. So I wanted a retro. Awesome. Yeah, it's getting great. Like everybody seems to be reacting very well to Raycal and the story itself, which I love. On top of the fact
Brian, Raycal is right up your alley.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it's horror. It's good stuff, dude.
It's just getting started to where it's going. It's going to places that I don't think people will expect, but we'll see. We'll see if people can figure out where it's going to end up next. Within a couple issues, we'll see. There's going to be some mean stuff going on there with all the demons playing tricks and that. But this, so Derek Stevens did the cover for that for my collector's edition, and he did this poster here, which I put as a foil, which is kind of. It's meant to be a retro kind of sci-fi feel back to like the 70s. It's very different anyways in its origin. But of course, you've got all the main players there again.
Yeah, it has kind of like a new wave science fiction feel to it. I don't know if you're familiar with that particular period of science fiction literature. That's like when George R.R. Martin was first getting started. A lot of people don't know he started out as a sci-fi author.
No, I had no clue. I actually met him, believe it or not, once.
Ah.
Nobody was. Before Game of Thrones was even the thing. At a book convention, there was a part. My spouse, she had a party. It was part of a group, and they had a party for Game of Thrones, and he was invited to it at a book convention. It was, anyways, that's a whole other story. I'll digress. I won't digress. It was funny because nobody would talk to him, but anyway, so I went up and talked to him.
What?
Yeah, everybody was scared. They're all book nerds. He was standing by himself.
A nice
and
guy.
My name's Doran, right? And Doran is in the book. I didn't know until my spouse told me, but Doran is a place in the book, I guess. So I'm like, oh, where'd you get the name? I went up and started talking to him about that. Yeah.
But yeah, I've got like letters and postcards and stuff with him. I used to correspond with him when he was a sci-fi author. But the new age science fiction, well, not the new age. I'm thinking getting things mixed up. But the new wave science fiction was kind of like late 70s into the 80s. Okay. And it was kind of blending different elements, including horror and fantasy.
Oh yes, okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't know of that particular genre era. Of that kind of wave. That sounds like it would almost be just after Battlestar Galactica, and then that type of.
Definitely.
Yeah. Cool.
But yeah, no, that looks great. I have a thing for redheads, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got stickers, art prints.
The sticker set. We've got the 4 set, and what I did, Pops. This is actually based on something you said once. So you'll see I have 4 cards there of art.
Yes.
And so if you scroll down just a little bit farther. You had said at one point that, hey, I take all my cards and they go in a drawer. You know, you'd mentioned on the thing. I think it's fantastic that people do. What I did is I designed them so they could go in an 11/17 frame. So you could take the 4 of them, put them in the frame, and then you have a way to present them if you like the art, right? So that was my thought. And originally what I was going to do is they were going to flip over and form that poster up top, but that wasn't going to work with the printers. I had this brilliant idea. Then you could pick which side you wanted, and but I still might on the back put the cover art or something like that, so you can flip them over and pick which side you want.
Always glad to inspire ideas.
And who knows, maybe other people will follow this suit. And the other cool thing is I did a crossover with Sister Mercy. There's a card only if you're supported Sister Mercy you'll be able to get with this, so that'll be the exact same size, so you can pick to take one out and put the Sister Mercy card in there if you're a Sister Mercy fan. You know what I mean? Or if I cross over with someone else in the future, same thing. You know, I'm hoping to talk to Timothy Fling about Water Wars, and maybe we'll possibly be able to do a crossover there too.
Cool.
Yeah, and so what you have there on screen as well is I did add in that. So I'm an artist. I'm obviously a concept person, but I'm not as great artist as some people. But I'm pretty good, I like to think. And I'm getting into the sketch card stuff. So I offered to allow people to purchase doing a concept design with me, and it'll get turned into a sketch card, and then the character will get added into the series based on whether they're creating a villain, the bad guy, whichever way they want to do it. And so then they get the original art.
Nice.
And this is really funny. So I made people, you cannot have both bookmarks. You're not allowed. You have to pick a side. So one is, of course, of Commander Rasha of the EU, and one is of the Dark Ace Armor, my concept art of it. So that's actually my art. So
you want them both. You got to back twice. Check dude out. He's like, no, you can only get one.
You're not supposed to get both. You're not allowed. Maybe later I'll do something.
That's
I'm cruel like that. I just wanted to do different things with it, right? To make it more interesting.
Yeah.
That's our classic. Yep. So that card set goes back to the foundations of Whitefire Comics. Again, going back to me in the days with me and Corey, you'll actually see Sister Mercy on the top right.
Yep.
Right there, an old school picture where we started years ago. So this is the first card set we created, and I'm slowly releasing these out each Kickstarter release so people can get a set. See where we were to where we are now. I mean, it's mind blowing to look at that and compare it to now, even though it's a beautiful set.
Raquel.
I thought I might as well offer Raquel as a comic option here.
Everything, every comic you got, you put up there as an add-on.
Yeah, I should put
everything you have something in stock of. If you've only got a few, you say limited quantity. But everything you have, you add as add-ons to your campaign.
And we talked about shipping. I'm gonna probably add another tier that will be all Whitefire Comics comics. So that, you know what I mean? So if you have to pay that shipping, at least you'll get Raquel, you'll get Quint, and you'll get the Forsaken Future, not just 3 variation covers, right?
And if you back Quint,
Skull on a stick.
This guy's on the cover, yo. Joe's on the cover, not me.
Whose skull is it?
Joe.
On a stick.
Joe's on the cover.
Dun, dun. His name's Joe? You named him?
Yeah, because we don't know. It could be Joe Mama, Joe Daddy, Joe Sister. We don't know.
Oh, I fell into a mama joke. Oh. Corkum down, Doran down. Oh.
Yeah, we've never known, so.
Yeah, and that's part of the lore of the Quint series is he has this skull on a stick now. Again, that skull, whose is it? But also he's a short person who does Shakespeare, so Hamlet and all. So there's a reason he had a skull in the first place, but why does he have the skull and whose is it ends up with him? It's a whole other part of the story. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, keep going. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, we have weekly draws. This is something I decided to do for this one. And now we're back to the water. We talked about water earlier and all that. Mm-hmm. So one of the ads in my future is for Water Corporation, as we talked about. Water and corporations going together. And I had a brand created called Ash Water. So this is impact flavored or impact delicious ash water bottle. And RJ actually mentioned this idea at one point, and I think it was RJ. He had mentioned, yeah, that's a great idea because then you could have a water bottle and sell it. I'm like, well, let's create. What am I going to do for my week 3 prize that someone can win? So on Friday night I'll draw, and well, they're going to get the first ever Ash Water impact flavored water bottle.
Nice.
Everybody will know what your water. No one will ever steal your water bottle. I was telling Nita today, and you know what I mean. Like the odds of someone else having it next to you pretty slim.
RJ's a genius. What can we say? Renaissance man.
Yeah.
He's one of my people, man.
Yeah,
all right, so we got stretch goals, wallpaper. Let's see, we got poker chips, stickers, keychains, magnets. We got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna randomly. If we hit 3,500, I'm gonna randomly just. I have stock. I'll pick some of the stock, start throwing them in boxes for people to get extra stuff. I think it's just a fun way to do things. And of course, if we hit 4,000, that would be awesome. I'm going to do a obsession magnet, cover magnet for to stick where you want in your fridge, whatever works for you. And at 5,000, if I could do it, that would be amazing personally for me. But I would love to get about 100 fans if I could. We'll see. But I want to give the artist some kind of bonus. I don't know what that will be exactly. I don't know if it's just a couple of cups of coffee or it's something, because these indie guys, you know what I mean? The poor fellas.
Yeah, I know. They bust their butts, and they're freelancers, so they're used to getting stiffed and not getting paid. And always be kind.
Doc ain't got here yet. Yeah. He's supposed to be here, but we are broadcasting to his channel. So, hi, Ice Queen. What's happening?
Ice Queen.
What up, Ice Queen?
Sounds like a coffee almost.
And as always, take care of your fans. Ship a Gemini or something similar. Take care of your fans. That's it.
Yeah, you got to protect at work. There's nothing worse than having someone get damaged goods.
Oh boy, ain't that the truth?
And it's the pain for you as well as the person who provides it, because you're going to have to re-ship it anyways, right? I've had some nasty ones come in as I've backed people over the years. I've had really good ones a lot of the time, but there's the occasional one where you go, "What were they thinking?"
I know.
They put it in a soft envelope and just threw it in the mail.
I know. Like that's how I got a book recently, and the book arrived pristine. It was fine.
Oh,
it was sort of a miracle that it did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Someone took care of that at the post office.
Yeah. So I'm not going to name names, but the book was in perfect condition and fantastic. So, but I mean, I always ship in Geminis, and still people sometimes get books that are
Geminis are so popular now. Like BCW is now copying them. I've seen a couple different places. I think even Comic Springs has an option where it's their own box. Like everybody's starting to copy the idea. It's that good of an idea, right?
It is.
It just does a great job.
All right. So Max was supposed to be here a few minutes ago, but Max gets his time zones messed up all the time.
He's literally lost in time, is what you're saying.
He's like, dude, I'm helping my dad. Can I send Johnny? I don't care who you're saying. Come talk about your book.
Wait a second. Who's Johnny? Does he have security clearance?
No, see, Mac's partner owns a comic shop, I think, in Kansas City. And
okay.
So, it's like they work together, Atrocity Press and Johnny's comic shop. And, if Johnny wants to come out and represent Max, that's fine with me. It's his book too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? All right. I think Max might make it. You only got to hang out 25 minutes, Max.
You'll make it. You can do it.
I'm talking about your book, bro. But yeah, this one, you guys, Forsaken Future. Go check it out. You know what I'm saying? It's real.
It's great.
It's real. It's funded. You're gonna get it.
I'm so happy it's funded. It makes the
Doran
next 2 weeks about the gravy, right?
Well, I mean, you already have a background as somebody who fulfills. Okay.
Yes.
Who fulfills in a good manner. Okay. Look, dude, stuff comes in Mylar with damn sticker. You got to sit there and decide whether or not you want to crack the fucking seal on that thing or not. To read it, right?
Yeah, I'm cruel like that.
Okay, I mean, serious business. He really takes care of his customers. So, if you back this one, you're going to get something special. But seriously, Doran, put up the add-ons. You guys are going to want Break Hell. You're going to want Quint. You're going to want these other books that Doran's doing. It's good stuff.
Thanks. Yeah, and just to back up, like I've spent my whole life doing comics from a teenager on. So my career, I was actually a graphic technician printer. I went to school for 2 years to do that. So I learned how to run the printing presses. I learned how to do the printing. You know what I mean? So I know how that works and all the tricks and what you got to do to create a good comic for sure. And I've spent the time learning how to letter. I do all the lettering. So I spent a lot of time researching that. And
Ice Queen's over there on Doc's channel. Hex. We broadcast everywhere now. We don't freaking care.
What's going on?
We have 8 different destinations. We're on 3 different.
It's amazing. I'm loving watching this grow from the outside, kind of looking in. It's cool what you guys are all up to and piecing together.
I mean, I've been following you for a while. You've been around watching, so
Yeah. Yeah, I might at some point do my own little thing. We'll see on the way I do it. I'm very different. I use Corel Draw. I do use Paint Shop or Photoshop, Clip Studio, they call it. It's had so many different names. I do that stuff. I might do some videos at some point as I work, trying to show off that type of stuff. Because I don't know if a lot of people realize how hard it is to make a comic book. They just see the art and they see the final product. They don't really. There's a lot of skills I think that people could learn from that they need to know, especially if they're going to do their own indie comics.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if I ever do that. Or I'll let you know, Pops, if I do.
Okay. But yeah, it's that. Also, did you have a retail tier up? I didn't notice.
No, I don't have a retail tier. I've never done one of those before, but
look, we could be about to have somebody out here who has a store that backs indie comics that wants to be able to make a buck if he goes to put them on his shelf.
Yeah.
Always. We don't have a lot of them watching. We got a few, but always give them that possibility of looking at your thing and go, oh shit, I like that. I think there's some people that come through my door that might like that. I'm going to back that tier. See what I'm saying? It's like if nobody backs it, what did it take? 10 minutes to make it? Big deal. If one person backs it, that 10 minutes just made you some money. You see what I'm saying?
It's the balance of understanding how to give them a good deal that is confusing.
Well, you got to just check your price point.
Now,
look, what means more to you? Getting 10 books in people's hands or making $10 off each book?
Yeah, this isn't about making money. I'm making negative $5 an hour. Just sitting here talking.
Make sure you
can probably right. You have to love this and enjoy it, and you have to, you have to take the chance that it's going to grow into something as you're hitting at. You know what I mean? If you don't get it out there in people's hands, it can't grow to the point where it can be successful or make you some money.
Now, what I always say lives up there. Okay, so if you want to ask, talk to somebody else from Canada that's doing this, Simon's a good person to check out. He's in the madness, and he's always totally helpful to anybody that's doing this. So
solid dude. Solid dude.
Is that's Sim?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's in Montreal as well. I'm actually not too far away from him. I'm in Ottawa, so I don't even think we're that.
Yeah,
I
he
think he's
ships a
somewhere.
lot of books out of Canada too. He's going through the same thing you are, always looking for the angle.
And the other thing I have is I'm a shipper receiver for half a decade. I spent doing shipping. So I do have a lot of experience in shipping receiving, but there just doesn't seem to be a way around it so far. I'm looking. Trust me, I'm hunting. I've even thought of the border's an hour and a half away. I even thought of, am I just going to get in my car and drive these over the border and just mail them to save money? You know what I mean? I looked at Comic Springs. Comic Springs has an option. RJ has his.
You got
RJ, of course, is at the forefront of that, of fulfillment. He's fulfilling Rini's book, for instance, Fiendish 2.
Yeah,
And
he's all over the place, man.
Yeah,
we love what he's doing. He's actually, as you can see down there, he's one of our sponsors. And
RJ rocks.
I'll let everybody know right now, as far as my advisory committee for our budding little network, RJ is one of the people on my advisory committee. So
Yeah, and it sounds like he really knows what he's doing. Like I've talked to him before, but the problem is I'm too small of a fish, and that's where the problem is, right?
No such thing as a small fish, man. No such thing as a small fish. How do we
have
grow?
50 or 100 of these to ship out. Using a third party to do it all of a sudden makes it a little harder to do, right? It's just. But I'm hearing about this now. The understanding
now,
that
depends, because if he can ship it for you cheaper, then you can sell it to your fans for cheaper. And that right there makes it worth having him do it.
But it's the shipping cost that he's saving.
No, the shipping cost would be cheaper because it would be being printed down here and shipped out.
But I don't make any money off shipping cost, right? That's where the conundrum is. It's my time. It's me spending the time doing it for free versus. So that's, if I was a bigger fish, it makes sense. But as a small, little, tiny one, until I get there. I'll get there, hopefully.
Yeah.
If you talk to him, he will explain to you how that none of that's going to cost you anything, and you need to talk to him.
Yeah, at least talk to him. Yeah. At least talk to him and see if it's a viable option.
Yeah, I should sit down and ask. Well, actually, I'm on with him tonight. I should ask him afterwards about how he does some things, because it's very interesting, and the quality is important too, right?
Yeah.
Because when you see it, a lot of people will tell you that. Me seeing the comic and knowing I shipped it out, and I absolutely trust RJ. He's awesome.
And the cool thing
what
about
if the printer makes a mistake, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
I actually had that happen recent with Quint.
The cool thing is he's seeing a lot of different printers and how they do. Because like you decide, I want this printer to do it, and then that printer does it and ships it all to RJ, and then he packages them all up and ships them out to everybody, right? He's seeing everybody's results. He's like, oh, mix them. Oh, we had to do something with them. Oh, or you know what I mean? It's like he's actually seeing the quality that all these different printers are putting out. So,
the trick is that when you deal with something like that, like Maxim, so I recently had Quint printed with them in a limited number. Well, they printed me more of them, and the cover doesn't look the same. It's darker. Exact same comic. So I've been doing a running. So if that would have gone to customers, I would have been going, too bad it's dark. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be the end of the world. It's not the end of the world dark, but something went wrong. So I needed to have that conversation with Max and figure out what went wrong, right? So
that's the part that I get scared print about. Run than the other one?
Sorry?
Are there less of that print run than the first?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, dude, then it's your darker edition. It's your darker limited edition for your next.
I don't know what it is with Mixup, because I keep hearing about people getting damaged books. I don't use them. I use Greco and Comics Wellspring, and I've never gotten a damaged book ever.
Yeah, I can say as well, not to start to smash them or anything, but 10 of my collector's editions were damaged when I got them. I didn't even go after them for it. I just said, okay, this is out of 90 now.
I'd be pissed. I would get on the phone.
I know. I was just like, I had so many projects on the go and so much going on. I said, I just moved on. But then they did this, and I'm like, now I need to start. Now they start giving me the runaround. Like, oh, we printed it in the States last time. Now you said, like, I was trying to create a Canadian comic at one point, right? I wanted it printed in Canada so I could try and sell the Canadian aspect of it to try and get those fans. And then they shipped it down to the States, and then they shipped it to the States to get it printed. And that wasn't that bad. But then all of a sudden I got a call, and I'm like, hey, it's the duty people. So I'm like, why are the duty people after me? And it took me an hour and a half to figure out why. It turned out that they had shipped it to the States to get printed. and they had made a mistake at the border. They're supposed to bill Maxim for it, and they're coming after me for it. So now my product's stuck at the border. I'm supposed to be able to get shipped to. People don't understand what we go
Tim's
through
got
sometimes.
the right idea, though. You have it printed somewhere where you can go look at them.
That's the way I started. Yeah.
Guys like Sim,
That's
guys
how
like RJ, they're the guys that are going to also figure out our foreign shipping, because one of the things we hate doing is charging foreign backers $30 shipping and handling.
Johnny Reed, Mr. Johnny Reed, representing Atrocity Press because he owns half that shit. What's
up, Johnny? Pleasure to meet you, sir.
You too. Sorry, I'm running late. We were told. I was told 4:30, and I guess that was the wrong time zone.
He never get 4:30 my time Eastern. You know,
I just got 4:30, so I was like, "Crap! I'm on my way. I'll be right there."
Max is always doing that. I get it though. I get it. You know, I mean, he's my buddy. I get it. All right.
I broke about 12 lane speed records, and but I made it.
So first, before we start with Ninja Bimbos, go ahead and plug your store, plug yourself. Tell everybody.
Well, you already said Johnny Reed with Atrocity Press. I'm half the group there, me and Max. When I'm not doing that, I own my own comic shop, Root Squad Entertainment in Kansas City. And when I'm not doing that, I sell gaming stuff for Play to Beat brain cancer. So I have a whole cancer organization that I work for. So
nice.
I stay busy.
That's what I love to hear. And this book, I don't know, for any of you who know, we promoted the hell out of it first time around. We've been promoting this second time around. We love Max. We love what he's doing. You guys are planning a pretty big schedule for next year.
It's going to get crazy.
Yeah, a comic a month for the whole year. That's your plan. And beyond, of course. But you have 3 titles, and you're trying to get 4 books a year out, right?
Well, basically what it is we have Ninja Bimbos this month. Next month, because we kind of been waiting on it for Human Hunters, because we wanted to launch it in October, being the monsters and everything. So issue 2 of that will be out. Then we're going to go into November for Mary Machine Gun, number 4. We're going to be taking December, January off, because as we all know, that is the slower time for Kickstarters, because, some people want Christmas gifts. These kids, they're demanding.
And not all of them comics. I'm just
and then we're going to be starting February, and I'm not actually I think I got the schedule, but pretty much it's going to be Human Hunters 3, followed by Ninja Bimbos 3, followed by Mary Machine Gun 5, and then it's just going to be a roller coaster
a new one every month. Yeah.
And we're going to have
Rex, leave my co-host alone until after the show. Oh.
Yeah. And basically, we got 2 new titles that we will be launching with the 3 that we have already next year.
Nice.
So is the plan. So we got one that we're already kind of kickstarting. It's kind of coming out of Mary. I'll let Max talk more about that later on. That's his baby. I mean, we both share the writing, but Mary's his girl. Human Hunters is mine. So we kind of make sure we promote each other, but the good thing is it's all Atrocity Press, like I've said before, Max, it's kind of like a brain trust when we sit down and write. On most of these books now, we're at issue 5 or 6. Mary, I think we're up to 8 or 9 already written. I know with Human Hunters, we've already started the art on issue 5. So basically 2 through 4 is done.
Right.
Ninja Bimbos, I think we're up to 4 or 5. I'd have to double check, but these books are not going to slow down, and we're hoping that once we get the ball rolling, it'll just keep going, and we'll be putting out.
Good stuff.
Heck yeah, man.
That's
the
impressive.
dream has always been, like, for me, like monthly, probably not bi-monthly, probably not quarterly. We should be able to do that at some point.
Oh, sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not just me, but like us as a scene,
Yeah.
As creative.
I would love to get twice. Like, if I could get to 6 months, I'd be pretty happy if I could find a way to get each comic out every 6 months.
Yeah, no, me too.
It's a lot of work.
It is.
Yeah. And that's what we were hoping for next year. It was funny because we were like, if we could just get one out every month next year. And next thing you know, me and Max sat down and we're like, hey, let's start writing these. And the writing's just flowing. I mean, he's finishing my sentence. I'm like, dude, why don't you do this? He's like, dude, I'm already typing it. And it's just, I mean,
creative synergy is a beautiful thing.
We had a talk last week. I'm like, you know what? I think we should record this. And he goes, but then everybody's going to know the plot. I go, yeah, but we'll release it after the book comes out. I go, because it's kind of cool. It's really weird. It's my background is I used to be in metal bands. So there are certain musicians that I would click with, you know. You get with a guitarist. I mean, I have my main guitarist, you know, that I had for like decades. And we clicked. We knew where the other one was going to flow when we were playing. And it's like a jamming session. And it's like the same thing. Yeah, and that's where it is with me and Max, man. It's like we get in this jamming session, and it's just like last week we sat down and we knocked out a Mary in a week. So, I mean, for our new story arc we're working on, he's like, hey, let's start this up. And we started it, end of the week, done.
That's usually how I try to describe the experience of collaborating with artists. Is that it's kind of like a jam session, and that I do my thing, I throw it to them, then they do their thing, and what makes a great collaborator is that they're dedicated to the finished product, and it's not about their ego, and nobody at any point ever says, no, my idea is better because it's my idea. Do you know what I mean? It's like
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that's what helps us because we have our own art team. Like Mateus has been doing Human Hunters from issue 1, and he's still going to be doing 5. And if I get my way, that boy is going to be writing up to issue 200. You know, Fern Cord is, you know, he's our art director. He's the man. I mean, he's the backbone of that art team. And Fern does all the Mary stuff, you know, and he rocks it. And I can't say, you know, enough about Fern. And it just works. It's so great. And then for us, it's kind of I don't know. It's really weird because it's like me and Max do this whole, you know, jam session. And then we throw it over to the art team and then they do theirs. So it's like we got all these mini concerts going on at the same time. It's, you know, for me, I'm just blessed because, you know, this is a crazy world. And Max was nice enough to say, hey, I want you to write with me. And then he turned around and he goes, no, I want you to be half of this company. And I'm like, what? And it's like, yeah, I'm going to throw you half of it, dude. We're going to work this out. And
hell yeah.
And it's just, but it's great. And then now here we are with Ninja Bimbos #2, you know, and I got to say it's funny because me and Max have a lot of conversations about it because, of course, Mary's dear to his heart. Human Hunters is dear to mine. But this one is the one I think, you know, we keep talking about how much fun it is to write. You know, how great it is because you have your action. You got ninjas. You know, you got your comedy with the fact that they're bimbos. But then for those, you know, that got to watch that, you know, read that first issue, you know, you had a critical death. So you got your drama. So it's got a little bit of everything, you know, and that's the way we wanted to write it. We really wanted to capture, you know, what would happen in real life if this happened. Right. You know, and real life is a comedy. I mean, you could be in the worst situation in your life. And for me, I'm a smart ass. So I'm going to be saying some kind of inappropriate joke. You know, that's just the way it is. And that's kind of what we try to capture here with sexy babes, because, you know, what's better? Yeah, you got to have that too.
Dude, but come on. This is good looking stuff. Man.
That's Aja. Yeah, that's our Ninja Master.
If you guys are into, you know, the TNA type of books and whatnot, this is your look. What Max is doing, that's right up your alley. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, get on board with it if this is what you like, because he's gonna keep providing you with awesome art and a funny story. It's always good, and it's, you know, you're entertained in Max stories. Johnny, how much?
That's a we, sir.
Well, see, that's what I was going to say. Because how far back do you go with the actual writing with Max?
With Max, I edited Mary 2, and everything else is me and Max.
Okay.
This is me and Max. Ninja Bimbos was created by me and Max.
Okay.
Human Hunters was created by me, and then we jointly collaborated. I came on board with Mary 3, so the one that we just finished. that was me and Max writing. So
See, I have the Neo Tokyo and I think Mary 1 and 2.
And Neo Tokyo was shopped out. That was Josh that wrote that one.
Yeah.
And it was just a one-time deal. In the future, if we do revisit that, we've talked about it, played around with the concept. That'll be a joint venture once again with me and Max. Pretty much everything from here on out, we're co-writing.
I love that concept. It was wonderful.
It's a good concept, yeah. Because the whole concept is kind of like the old Sanctuary and Thieves World, where it's more about the city and you tell stories about the people in the city. So when Max kind of told me about it, I go, oh, I'm a big Thieves World fan. I'm all about that.
This comic is done. Don't worry.
Yeah, that is one thing. Yeah. Hey, Pops, can you go back up to where you had all those characters? And we start with Aja. And what I'll do is I'll let these people that are watching know about these characters. There you go. Aja, she's like our master. You get to find her in this second book. She's going to kind of be the sensei of this group.
Right.
Our next one is Donna, I believe. Donna is actually the brains. She's a stripper, yes, but she's that stripper that is
actually going to college.
She is going to medical school to be a surgeon. Yeah, so she was like a brain on brain, and we wrote her where she's got a very high IQ, almost a photographic memory. She's basically stripping because she's hot, but she's smart.
I can tell you there are strippers who are actually going to college. I've known
There's
some.
A few. Yeah, there's a few.
I mean, I've known some. It's not a myth.
Hey, I know nothing about strippers because I wasn't in a metal band for 20 years.
That's great. Okay, and then we have Leia.
She is my favorite. For those that read the first book,
right?
Yes, she kind of give you some insight and kind of like how we write her. It's like she's giving this guy a lap dance, and he's like, "Hey, where are you from?" And she's like, "Hollywood." And he's like, "Well, what brought you to New York?" And she's like, "Well, I wanted to be an actress." And he goes, "Well, why couldn't you do that in Hollywood?" She goes, "Oh, they make movies in Hollywood?" So that kind of sets the tone for her. She's a lot of fun.
Good stuff. And
we got Micah. Micah's our streets. She's our urban character. She's smart. She's wisdom. Kind of a Jackie Brown type. She's just a badass. She's always just wanting to whip somebody's ass. She's a lot of fun to write too.
Cool. And
yeah. The last one is our Rachel. She's just deadly. I mean, she is. She's the fiery temper, the redhead, and she's loves weapons. I mean, even before all this ninja stuff, she's just always just ready to go down. So she's awesome. She's fun.
Cool. I like the way you said ready to go down.
Well, for a fight. There you go, sir. For a fight. Putting words in my mouth there, Pops.
You know what's up.
She's very flexible. She can kick very high. Look.
Well, they're all strippers. You wouldn't get the job if you couldn't, right?
How can you go wrong with the deadly redhead? And how can you go wrong with Dog freaking G? What's up, my bro?
Hello. Hi. How's everyone today?
What up, man? Congratulations, by the way, on the campaign so far. So happy for you. So happy
we're gonna go into that.
So happy for Jason. That book deserves a lot more attention than it's getting. But
we ain't done with that one. That one just started. We
got
got 12 days left on this one. As you can see, it's funded. 166 pledges. It could always use, another 166 more.
166. We want a whole bunch on this one. Yeah. And like I said, I mean, it's selfish. We're going to, pump it. But, I mean, it's a fun book. If I wasn't writing this book, it is a book I'd buy. If you're a fan of, like, the old Top Cow comics, it's got that flavor, that feel. But it's fresh. It's modern. But it is. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of action, a lot of comedy, a lot of drama. It's got a little bit of everything.
It looks fantastic.
Max is just a funny guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Max is just a dry, funny guy anyway. So you add Johnny in. I've played some D&D with these guys. They're good. They're fun to hang out with. So count on it. If they're getting together and writing some story, it's going to be good. Fern Cord, all these guys working with these guys are awesome. So, go check it out, man.
Yeah,
think one more time.
And that's the thing also about the comics that are coming from our scene is they're not phoned in; they're passion projects.
Oh
right?
yeah,
and you're not getting something that somebody just wrote under duress. You're like, these are we make the comics that we want to read.
Yes.
And well, that's it. I mean, that's the biggest thing is like when me and Max started talking, he's like, hey, would you be interested in sitting down and editing a book for me? And I was just finishing up my degree because I went back to college. And I'm like, sure. And I edited it and I had these notes and we started talking and he's like, you got some cool ideas. I'm like, yeah. And he goes, do you want to write the third one? I said, yeah, this be freaking awesome. Let's write it. So we sat down and we just started clicking. And he's like, hey, do you got some ideas for comics? I go, yeah, I got about 12. And actually, the first one I pitched was like a whole one called Native. And it was going to be kind of a, I don't know, Native American, trying to get America back type story. And he's like, well, this may not be the climate. And I'm like, no, you're probably right. And he's like, what else you got? And I pitched him Human Hunters. And then we sat down and wrote it. And then he calls me up one day, swear to God, it's so awesome. And he goes, and he's got that like Sam Elliott voice anyway, Oh,
wow.
So he's like, so I got this idea. Ninja bimbos versus zombies from outer space. And I just was silent. And I'm like, wait, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, dude, I got ideas if you're serious. I go, you being a smart ass? And he's like, no. I'm like, we can roll with this. And then it was like within a month we had the characters and we're already writing it. It was awesome. We had a blast.
Fantastic.
Cool. Now you guys are going to come out. You guys are coming out to CromCon this weekend, right?
I believe so. I know Max is. We'll see. It depends on the scheduling. On weekends, I am currently working at our local Renfest for a charity. So I kind of sacrifice my weekends for that.
Oh, we're okay with the remote remote reporters, like roving reporters and other cool stuff popping into the show. CromCon is an online con.
Oh, don't give me that, dude. I'll be all over Renfest. I'll get you all kinds of back shots.
Pop in whenever you want, man. That's what it's all about, Johnny, is always great talking to you, but it's time to move on to our next campaign of the day.
Well, Pops, thank you very much. I know we got a couple other shows lined up, so thank you for having us on, and I do apologize for being late. Gentlemen, it was a pleasure being on the show with you guys. I enjoyed
Pleasure meeting you, Johnny.
Nice to meet you.
Best of luck, sir.
Take it easy, my friend.
Hey, the Frog G.
Hell.
Hey.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, it's been a heck of a weekend. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I can imagine. Have you been taking care of yourself? You've been getting any sleep, power naps?
Yeah, I've been power napping as I can. So just trying to get through the all the various streams, actually going on them now. So my throat's a little sore. I'm talking more than I normally do. Just normally be in the chat typing. But
I'm waiting for my sponsor to give me the okay to spend his money on your book.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a broke ass bitch right now, but as soon as like my next disbursement comes in, I'm all over this.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
We definitely going to be on top of this one. You had a good weekend. You've been everywhere. I don't know if I can bring any extra backers, man. I think you've already been everywhere, and my audience has seen you everywhere. But there is the madness.
There is the madness.
Madness.
We'll let it out there. Maybe someone hasn't seen this, and that's okay, because it's a good way of also stating that yes, if you're someone, and I don't draw, let's say you're someone in the chats, you like all this stuff, you really just want a comic book of your own at some point. I lucked into this one by just Jason being such an absolute amazing artist. He had a tier in Absolute Book 2 called Become Affected. I got that. I worked with Jason on that, and he makes a trading card of a character you design. And we went back and forth, got the design finalized. He took that design, he shot it over to Inkspots. Inkspots did the color. Inkspots put a lot of background and other detail into it. It turned out so amazing. The community in general is just like, this is great. When is your book? And that was the start of this entire trip.
Yeah, no, I remember, man. I remember.
Yeah.
And I
it's
gotta
been
give
a long
shout
time.
out.
And it's been a long time. It's been a long wait for this book.
Yes.
And the attitude, like whenever I would talk to Inky, he'd be like, it'll be done when it's done, right? Well, we're gonna launch when we have like a certain amount of the book finished.
Yeah, we're not rushing this. We want quality, not speed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't
Because I'd
know.
much rather get a book awesome than get it fast.
I don't know how long ago it's been that I first encountered the frog, popping links on people's channels and then jumping over to my channel and doing the same thing as a mod for us. But it was a long time ago because I can remember when Rich drew this.
Yes.
Back when he was doing Incantessi.
I think he was doing Incantessi 2 when he was doing that.
Yeah, it could have been 2. But it was like it was Crom Cantessi handing the frog the wrench of power.
Oh,
and it was, it's like, I love this thing, man. We might have to have somebody color that.
It's got the Kirby crackle in there and everything.
We might have to have somebody color that and just send it to you, Frog, just because.
Seriously, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I do want to play this trailer real quick, though, and then we'll get into the meat of this.
trailer.
What do you think?
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Dopeness ahead, folks.
We've all read the story. The brave hero conquers the diabolical villain and rescues the damsel in distress. But this is real life, and in real life,
stories don't always have happy endings. Frog G, the story of a man turned into a frog by a voodoo priestess sent on a mission to kill a god by death itself. Now our hero must roam the underworld to regain his humanity and win back the woman he loves.
Pedro and Luke, right?
Yes, Pedro did the animation and Luke with the voice work.
I've been saving that. I haven't watched that once since it came out. I was saving that for the show so I could watch it and give you my actual response. And I recognized Luke's voice right away.
Yep. I know, me too.
And I know, of course, that Pedro was doing the work because Pedro did the Trump animation too. He's awesome.
He's amazing.
He's
amazing.
Good
and
stuff.
It was. I got to watch the pieces being made, as it were. So he'd get a little segment done. He'd send it to the group. We'd look and just like, yes. And I think there was only one time we had to be like, slight tweak here. That's not quite accurate. And that was quick. And other than that, we just, it turned out just phenomenal. So yeah, if anyone needs animation work, get with Pedro while you can still afford him.
Yes. And that's serious business while you can afford him because, he's going to be busy. He's going to be a busy guy.
Yep.
And I was talking to Doc today about we need to take those little Crom segments and do little one-liners and make little, like GIFs or whatever. Just make little one-liners of Crom, back my book, people, or something, Because Pedro made all that animation, and it's like you don't just let it die with the trailer from last year. Reboot that stuff. Keep it alive.
Yeah,
and Pedro's in Panama,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's just like, who would think that there'd be like a CG Panama, right? He's holding it down for CG Panama, or I should say CG Panama. But we're an international scene.
Yes,
and it's so awesome seeing people from like different parts of the world all collaborating to make awesome art. And this is awesome art. I can't wait to read this, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, we included a teaser in the for the people that signed up on pre-launch, just to give you the first couple of pages with the dialogue already there. And they sent it to me a little bit ahead of time. I read it, and I'm just like, this achieves exactly what we need. I want to turn the page and read the next one. I want to keep going. And
there it is.
Yeah, so
there it
we
is.
hooked it. But yeah, the interiors we got right there. The color combination is great. And the lore behind some of these, there's some things to pay attention to, especially if you're familiar with the CG, like the sign for the company that he's at, the mechanic shop.
Oh, so there's Easter eggs up in
Easter
this.
eggs, baby.
That's an Easter egg. Yes, that sign is an Easter egg. Yep, there's that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's the Plagal Garage and a tow truck right there.
And is that Matt Barr? Oh.
So cool.
I had to say it. And I know that guy's name. I know that.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, I know that guy's name. Good stuff, man. I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to this, bro.
Yes, the artwork is great.
And it's like how are these guys not working in the mainstream? It's like, oh, that's because the mainstream gets their artists off of Tumblr and their writers off of Twitter these days. So
yeah, I decided to go with a different route because let's go with a good one rather than just a cheap one.
Yes. Oh man, and Jason, of course, is a beast, and I just love Inky to pieces because to me, he's one of the people that represents what this scene is all about, which is, those people that used to be just names in the chats going, you know what, let me throw my hat in the ring. And he's like this buried treasure that is now inspired to chase his dream. And, he'll post like his warm-up pics. You ever see him do that on the Twitter? He'll post his warm-ups. I'm just like, that's your warm-up?
Yeah, I know, huh?
Better than some of the mainstream's like epic achievement one.
It's just astounding. I think that wow. I think as a team, you guys are this is the beginning of something epic, and this you're up to 8K. You've made your goal, but trust me, that number is just going to keep going up.
Yeah, it's gone up actually since I woke up this morning, so we're doing good there.
Well,
funded in under 4 hours.
So I know,
funded on Death Metal Heroes channel, which was
there,
which is really good.
Yeah,
man.
One thing I want to say, Frog, is once a day.
Yep.
Just like your vitamins, bro.
Oh yeah.
Once a day, drop this in the madness. Once a day.
All right, we can do that.
That way, you remind me to share it out everywhere else.
Yep.
Because that's where I go look. That's the first place I go in the morning. What happened overnight in the madness? Who posted what? Oh, got to share that. Got to share that. Got to share that. Got to share that. And so on and so forth. That's how my day starts. Everybody who puts that stuff where I can see it, you know what I do. Just like you do on all the different channels, posting everybody's links and stuff. And that's what this is all about.
And guys like you have always been the unsung heroes of this scene. Without a doubt. We wouldn't be selling half the books that we're selling if it wasn't for guys like you just dropping those links like beasts. What up, Sim? Peace out, brother. See you later.
Later, Sim.
And that's another one. Sim's amazing.
Oh yeah,
he is. Love that too.
I love the people that I met since I started hanging. I mean, Sim's like the one that kind of told me, no, man, CGA ain't all right. Come check it out. He's like, come check it out. And I did, and I've met a lot of cool freaking people since then.
Yeah, man.
Frog, I'm going to be just straight up. It's an honor to know you, to have been able to interact with you over the last year and a half or whatever, because you get it, bro.
Yeah. I appreciate that. And we still have an opportunity for those people that want it to get an original painting by Ink Spots, as well as an original drawing by Jason.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, it's in the Big Daddy tier. We just got this one back last night. This is the Matt Barr supplemental colored by Matt Yackey.
Oh, that's dope, dude. Oh my god.
Yes.
That's my first time seeing this. I'm like,
yes, that was amazing.
Oh shit. Chris, if you're watching, we're gonna need to get that at least one of the tiers that has more than one book. So you can just send me one, bro, because
dude.
We need a retail tier. You got a retail tier on this, Ron?
There is, yeah.
Good job. Okay, no problem. No worries.
You get 4 books and we throw in a 5th one free.
All right.
Beautiful.
No worries. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because we do plan on doing a few cons as the madness this year and maybe helping sell some people's books, picking up retail tiers and going out and selling their books, helping them get seen.
Yep.
Just another level of what we've been doing. The network, everything's growing. We got people adding shows Dude, it's all gonna blow up, Frog. I want you to come along for the ride,
dude. I've been saying like that 2022. I always felt like this was our year. This is our year.
Yeah.
And
The supplemental, I do want to point out something a little bit different. The regular book, Jason is the artist, Inkspots is the colorist. The supplemental, Inkspots is the artist, and Jason is going back over doing the line work.
Oh, cool!
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I love that sort of a thing. I love that sort of a thing because then you're gonna get like something new.
It is
two different aspects of the same people. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're both fantastic. Man.
Yeah,
and they are. And I would like to point out in the panel you're looking at, nope, down, right there, over on the left-hand side, right behind, right where you're at, right above the crown there, is the first appearance of Mayhem Metal Rock Boy.
What?
Yes, that is.
Right, let me get my reading glasses again.
Yep. So that's it's Inkspot's main character for his book. The one.
Okay. Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait for that one too.
Yes, that one's going to be.
That's going to be
Doc
amazing.
was making fun. Doc was making fun of me today when he saw my first appearance in a comic.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't see you. Like my eyes just go right to that booty.
I don't think anybody sees me, but that was me. Crew number 1. Crew number 2. I'm sorry, crew number 2. But man, it's all about having fun. Have fun with this.
You have to.
You know.
Yes,
you have to.
And all the friends we made, we got a lot of them because there's a lot of good talent that they're our friends.
Yeah.
So, it's not just Jason and Ink. We've also got Matt and Matt. We've also got covers by Irene and Dan Plagle. And
See, now, and this is where you guys kill us because us broke people that can only buy one cover, right?
Yep.
We sit here and we go,
dude,
which fucking one did we buy?
Yeah,
dude, I'm sorry. You're not my monkey pops, but can you scroll down to that painting by Inky?
I kind of went through all that a little fast, so I wanted to go back up, slow down, and
all right.
Mr. Boobdan. Boobdan, hello, friend. There he is.
Such a cool concept for a character.
Oh yes.
Oh,
there we go.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Come on now. And how much he's going to do? What? 2 paintings?
He's we have I want to say 10 of those tiers available. It's the Big Daddy tier. Whoever gets that, he will draw or do that painting on stream, so you can watch him doing it, and they will be numbered. And however many of those tiers we have, that's the only number he's going to make. So there's some for the secret tiers from the pre-launch emails that went out, and some on the regular campaign. And if you get the pre-launch version, not only do you get that, you get $50 off that, plus you get the foil trading card.
Okay,
so,
this is my sponsor. This is who I was begging earlier. Can I please buy this? No. Chris, the retail tier, one for me, one for you. We'll sell the rest. Just saying.
There you
go. This stuff looks amazing.
Man.
Yeah, and it looks even better in person.
Oh, dude. Now, what about these books? Are they going to be signed?
That's the part. It's tricky because we all live in different states.
Yeah, the shipping and all that.
Yeah, so like we will sign them if you find us. Like I'm more than willing to sign it.
Yeah, no, but, I mean, like for instance, like when
what's the most central location to where you guys are all at?
I'm gonna have to look because I know where I'm at and I know where they're at, and it's gonna be an awkward spot in the United States.
Because he's taking the madness on the road.
Yeah, madness on the road.
He's gonna hunt you down.
One of the things I'd like to do is like every month go grab somebody and take them with us to a con, get them a table, let them set up, and hang out with us for a week.
Fair.
It
looks like it would be somewhere in western Nebraska would be the central part.
Okay, so you guys are all in the West. All right. See,
Well,
you figured this out.
No.
Well,
Jason's
Midwest
Jason's
to
in
West,
Ohio.
right?
Yeah. Jason's in Ohio.
Okay. See.
I'm on West Coast, and if I recall, Ink is in Arizona.
Arizona. Damn. See, I lived
Yeah, I know.
35
You
years,
guys
huh?
really are spread out.
No, see that what pisses me
Covered a
off
lot
is
of
after I
territory.
moved away from Phoenix, I found about all these awesome creators that live in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Pisses me off, man. I didn't
Yeah, I
meet
hear
any
you,
of these
brother.
people before I left.
I hear you, brother.
Yeah.
How much is the retail tier? Okay, let's get down and look. We'll get there. We're scooting down. Okay, what do we got? We got the Plago variant and the Irene cover. Oh man. Standard cover and the supplemental.
Yep.
A Frog G sketch. Ink spots pencil panel.
Yeah.
The retail, $5
There it
bucks.
is.
There it
100
is,
bucks.
right there.
Yeah. So there you go.
Amazing.
You buy 4, you get the 5th one free.
That's awesome. That's
Now-
awesome because then it's like I've accidentally sent people extra books and they've been like, "Well, you want me to mail them back to you?" I'm like, "No, just give them out to people."
I need to let Chris see all this again. So this is the interior, Chris.
Yep.
Jason and Ink spots are fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's an amazing combo.
You know, this is good stuff.
Team Supreme.
Not only that, but I have this feeling that old Frog here, this ain't a one shot, is it, Frog?
Nope, it is not. We depending upon how well this campaign goes, we'll either roll right into book 2 or
All right.
they'll move
I
on to the
gotta
other ones.
know.
But I'm thinking they're going to roll right into book 2.
What's the deal? What's the deal with Skulls on Sticks lately?
You have to copyright it.
It's
You
the
have to get some
second
trademark.
one. Doran, who was on earlier, has this on the cover of Quint, which this actually inspired it, to tell you the truth. That's funny, though, because that's the second one on this show.
Yes.
Skull on Sticks, right?
It seems appropriate for a voodoo priestess. So
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I call mine Joe. Okay, because
Fair enough.
nobody knows. It could be Joe Mama, Joe Daddy, you know.
Right.
We just call him Joe.
It works.
Does the one in the comic have a name? The skull?
You're gonna have to back it to find out.
Yeah,
Oh.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I'm not gonna lie. As much as I would love this to completely blow up, and I think it's going to. This is just the beginning, right? Rather than going right into number 2, it's like I'm sorry, I want Metal Mayhem Rock Boy really bad.
Yeah, that's the other part there. Is if there is a delay between making this or making book 2, it's going to be because of Mayhem or Rock Boy and Absolute Samurai Priest.
Nice.
But the attention to detail on the pages themselves are pretty good. I mean, look at the exclamation point on, right above the mini panel there, and you will see a skull in that exclamation point.
It's so stylized. I have to say, from
yeah.
an art perspective, this is extremely stylized. Like it really sticks out.
What's
you
with this
could
deal?
not have asked for a better team.
Oh no, I definitely lucked in that. Okay, so scroll up 3 panels. Okay, so you've got the old lady, the old voodoo priestess.
Okay,
and,
that's who that is.
Yes, she's transforming, which is what the that bottom panel is. And then the more easy on the eyes one is what she transforms into.
The more easy on the eyes.
Yes, that one.
All right. It's still fake, yo. She's still fake. That's her. Still fake. That's her.
It's not fake. If it's an illusion, it's fake. If she's just like sucking like life energy out of other people and just like sucking up like a vampire to make herself useful, it's not fake.
Sounds like the beginning of a trend. Chicks
Oh
with
yeah,
skulls.
there it is.
Yeah.
I see it now. I see it.
Yep.
Those guys, man, they're freaking incredible.
Yeah. There's a lot of attention in every one of these panels.
Amazing.
And like
Now,
I said, all that
picking
stuff.
which cover though, man, that's gonna be hard, dude.
Well, we got you covered on that with the.
No, you don't, because I'm a broke ass and I can
fair.
only get one. I have to.
All right. Well,
He's got you covered. You made a funny. You made a funny, Frog G.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
But you were. I'm sorry, sir. You were saying.
The feature tier does get you all 3 plus a supplemental.
Cool.
So there is
Awesome.
that, and we've still got. I think we still got 2 of the drawn-in tiers. And that's you'll be drawn in as one of the rock imps. So back to the animated trailer, the guys that Frog was clunking in the head with a wrench. It's going to be one of those, and we'll work with you to get it in there. So that leads to some really cool opportunities too, because we think we know who. Well, I think Lola got one of those, and if she wants to put like Lug in there. If we could do a Lug cameo on it, yes, that would be entertaining. I gotta say, that'd be pretty cool.
Awesome. Oh man, Hex is cracking me up in the chat.
I know.
Oh yeah.
I know. He's killing it over there.
Yeah,
That's
so
our
folks, go check this out. This, I mean, you can. I think you can honestly say there's nothing out there.
I'm sorry, I forgot I'm on the panel.
Yeah.
I thought it was
yes, you have a voice.
Yes.
I forgot when you. Well, my wife was complaining to me. Never mind. I had to mute myself.
That's all good. I'll be right back. I just gotta get a refill.
Yeah, no problem.
You know what I got here, Frog?
No. What you got? What you got?
I got a little package from Hex, bro.
Nice.
Yeah.
It couldn't be from me. It's white.
So
what does that mean?
That's Tracy's. We are going to open it when we're done talking about this. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So, dude, you're killing it now. But like I said, you got Irene, you got Flagel.
Yep.
How am I supposed to pick, man?
Yeah, that is the tough part right there. They're all really good. And of course the original. So
yeah, I know. And then there's the original, which is also badass. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, I love variants and I hate variants at the same time. I have to ask you.
I know. Let's see if they reel you in with it.
I know. I didn't want to do it, but I feel like I'm obligated to do it.
How many of the variants are you printing as opposed to the A cover?
I think that's going to depend on demand. So, yeah.
See, I like to have the one that's the most rare.
Yep.
So I'll be keeping track till the end of the campaign to see which one has been backed the least, and that's probably the one I would back myself. You know what I mean? Because I want the most rare one out there.
Fair enough.
See what I'm saying? Dude, this thing's amazing. This thing looks great. Jason, Inc., you guys killing it, bro. The story itself, though, is that all 3 of you? Who's doing the story?
The story is predominantly ink spots on that one, and then he'll throw the ideas back and forth, and we'll he'll throw an idea back. Jason will be like, "Well, how about we do this?" And Ink will say no, and we'll just go with that. It's a little bit of collaboration, mostly Ink though. I want to give full credit. Ink is definitely the driving force behind the story, which is why it's more than just this one book. So we have in mind already a 3-book arc. So there you go.
Get you some right there, Frog G. If you're on Twitch, I don't care where you're watching. Go get you some. That's what I'm talking about. Dude, Frog, always great to see you, man. I know I'm going to see you again next weekend, but I know if you extend 30, man, don't forget about us. Come back next month too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're definitely extending 30. We're doing the Indiegogo shuffle, as it were, the 30-30, and yeah.
I'd love to do a special edition. Get all 3 of you guys out here, man. That'd be sweet.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can make that happen.
Cool. Y'all go back Frog G. And even if you ain't backing him, share this thing out everywhere to everyone you know, because if anybody in this community deserves it, It's that guy.
Oh, appreciate that. Thank you.
You bet, man. We have another guest, and we're going to launch a freaking book today. Mr. Prince, what's
How's it
happening,
going?
my friend?
Not much. Good to be back.
Hey, man, it's good to see you. Do you guys know
Feel like
anything about Monster Matador? What do you know about the Monster Matador?
I feel like I've seen a video before on it somewhere.
You think
Yeah,
you've seen
Sure, I
it?
have.
I think
Yeah.
so.
I think I have the Afro-Apocalypse video. I'm gonna play it real quick while I get ready to cut this box open. Whoa, are you ready for that, Hex? Are you ready? Whoa.
In a world ravaged by monsters, a new evil has risen, poisoning the land and threatening humanity. Now, the Monster Matador, along with the meanest and baddest kaiju killers, have joined forces to kick its ass. Monster Matador, After Apocalypse.
Good job, Hex. But wait, there's more. Drop your own damn link, Hex. Drop your own link for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Do that.
Why not?
Because we're about
Why
to open
not?
your book, right?
Yeah.
This like today turned into a unboxing as well because
Oh, cool.
this came in the mail today. So thank you very much, Mr. Hexter. And
Yeah, this is my Afro-Apocalypse. Yes, here comes the real test.
we've been following this one for a long time, haven't we?
Yeah,
Packaged
yeah.
very well.
That one launched in
Plastic.
launched in November of 2020.
Yeah,
it's
man.
been a while.
Good job packaging. Good job. Mhm.
Mhm.
I see
Learn from the
Gemini
best.
in there.
Did you put some extra tape on there to keep Pop busy?
I
Put a little extra
see
tape just
Gemini in there.
I like to call it intensely sealed.
Nice.
So Hex, is this going to be your first time seeing one of your books in the hands of a backer?
No, I actually Shay
alert.
did one.
Oh, did she? Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, we just got invaded by the
Little goblins.
the
Hello.
grandsons. They want to know what's in the box too.
They're hoping there's candy in there or something.
They know what's in the box. They just don't know which one. See, you see that guy down there right below me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Hex, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I know Brian.
I know Brian. You're gonna know the frog.
Oh,
yes.
I'm
You're gonna
waving.
know the frog because the frog is like one of those people like that does what we do and promotes people's books and stuff. Gemini. Gemini. See? Oh, look, and not just Gemini, but cardboard inside the Gemini.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Level 2 achieved.
Yeah. Man.
Yes.
You like it?
Doesn't
You
cost
get
that
like
much.
bonus points and little stars flash up.
Nephilim Squadron.
Oh, that's cool.
You know how it shows like
That's
wings
my
out
baby.
of it?
Oh, look how
That looks
colorful
like
that
the
is.
Top Gun.
That looks like the Top Gun, does it?
Yeah,
Does it really?
The letters.
I think that's what it's supposed to look like, buddy.
Pretty clever, hey?
Yeah, I like it.
Stop with the bubble
That
wrap,
looks dope,
boy.
dude. It looks dope.
Dude, I gotta blow
Oh,
this
dude,
up.
so
real
happy
quick.
for you.
I gotta blow
Yeah,
it up.
every backer of this is getting one of those prints.
Nice.
Sweet.
Nice.
This is
Because it's so
beautiful,
late.
Special preview edition.
Dun, dun.
And I saw that there was other stuff in here. I think did I?
Oh, it's special preview edition, but that doesn't mean it's not substantial. It's 36 pages, 36 story pages.
Nice.
My order.
Oh.
Look at that.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Professional. Hex, I love it. Thank you, my friend.
Yes, no problem.
We will put that over there. Dang, that stack's getting kind of short. I've been reading some comics, but we're going to add this one to it. But
yeah, it's always great when you can put a dent in that stack. I know mine was getting like out of control.
Tell you guys they might have to wait 7 to 8 years to read mine. It's geared towards 17 and up.
Oh, they're gonna have to wait.
Hey, that's just investing in the future. Future fans.
Yep.
Reel them in early.
Next one will be all
You
ages.
see that? He went, "Aw."
We do need more all ages books for sure. I definitely want to do it at some point.
Why are you smacking me,
All
boy?
ages.
Grandpa abuse.
So, Hex, thank you very much. You guys go check out Nephilim Squadron. It's still in demand, but now it's like on hand in demand, right?
Yep.
Well, actually, if since I can be in salesman mode for a second, I can ship out this book. This is my sample copy I just show around. I do have some overflow of chapter 1. 36 pages in black and white, gorgeous shaded pages, and the current one on Indiegogo is volume 1. It's in color, 80 pages, but this one is 36 pages, a special preview. And if you back any physical tier of volume 1 today, I can ship out this preview edition for you immediately. But the volume one will be available in February. But this one, you could get your crack taste right now. You know, I do this like a crack dealer. First one's always for free. And then you'll once you have a taste of this, you'll be like, oh my god, I gotta have more.
Now, the cool part of
fit in a
that
syringe for some reason.
he did a perfect segue for me because all of these are going to be launched today as Monster Matador Volume 1.
Beautiful.
So you can get
the colors again. Oh, this looks so cool.
Dude, this is awesome. Yeah. It really is. Steven's got a good little thing going right here, man. Monster Matador, you got the sword fighter that's out there killing kaijus, man. It's crazy. And then, he has friends and not so friends that help him kill. Dude, it's good. It's good stuff, man. I really enjoy this series.
Yeah.
So
and it is literally. Yeah.
Say again?
I was gonna say, and it literally is a guy with a sword. People kind of expect the giant robots fighting kaiju or something like that, but it's not. It's just a matador with his sword and cape. So our pitch is. Yeah, because it's the fun part is trying to figure out how the hell he's actually gonna fight, beat them,
right,
and fight them, But our pitch is that it's a post-apocalyptic kaiju throwdown about a matador who fights monsters to make a better world for his daughter.
And thank you, Hex, for dropping that. I'm gonna pull that up real quick. This one is about to launch, yo. Okay, so you got like one last chance to go sign up real quick. Right there. Go sign up. Go sign up real fast. Because we're about what time are you gonna do that? 6?
Yeah, whatever time you want.
6 works. Give it 20 minutes. Everybody share this out. Tell everybody we're about to launch Monster Matador Volume 1. I'm getting a Minecraft sword upside the back of my head. But that's
your little Matador.
Kids, right?
Yeah.
We know Pop
he's training.
You.
He's taking down the bowl.
Yeah.
I think
the size, because you're the kaiju. That's how you do it.
Munchkins.
Got to get him between the eyes.
No, don't tell him that. Poke that thing.
It was Pops. Don't tell him to do that. Whoa.
Don't do it, boy. Don't do it, boy.
It's a treasured possession.
Ow, dude, come on. Smack
Grandpa's
me
getting
right.
revenge. Watch out.
No, he thinks you're a tree. He's trying
Oh
to get some
man,
wood.
it's life with children, life with grandchildren. That's what it is. So we're gonna pull up Monster Matador, and we are gonna sit here and look at the sign up page for a little while
Here's Grandpa.
Stephen goes ahead and gives us the whole rundown on where this idea came from, and maybe a little bit about where it's going.
Yeah, so I've kind of been obsessed with matadors ever since I was a kid. And one day I was just kind of sitting around trying to think of something to draw, something like a character to come up with, and I just the name Monster Matador just popped into my head, and it just kind of went from there. It's one of those happy little accidents. And I actually wrote and drew 12 issues of the book. This was like maybe 10 years ago or something. No, 5-6 years ago. But I was just kind of doing it for fun. And I'm not that good of an artist. And I wound up kind of doing a soft reboot in June of 2020. And Fabio Alves, who is our new artist, and we relaunched it with a book called Tangle of the Matadors, which introduces the Monster Matador. And he joins a ragtag group of fighters in Guatemala to fight a kaiju, a sort of this Mothra type queen bee who has thousands of little kaiju children. So it's not just that they have to fight one kaiju; they have to fight the kaiju and all of her kids too.
All her minions,
so
a brood of
all her
baby
minions. Yeah. So it's a pretty tight 3-issue miniseries, really action packed. And then we followed that up with Afropocalypse, which was a 65-page one-shot, which was about an international team of kaiju killers that gets recruited to hunt down a kaiju that threatens to unleash a zombie plague across the world. And the Monster Matador joins them, and it's kind of my love letter to Predator. So,
nice.
Exactly, and it's fun. It's a really fun read. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
and we're all about the action too. It's if you love action-packed comics, I mean, we really hit the ground running from page one, and we don't stop. So
yeah, there's not a lot of who's doing what other than, oh my God, they killed another person.
Yeah.
Or they killed another. It's like if you see something that isn't somebody actually getting killed, they're talking about somebody got killed.
Right. Yeah.
Gee, this looks really cool. This looks really cool. I'm just not sure about the kaiju part. Not really a big kaiju.
It's okay. I mean, it's not. Oh, you're not. Oh, you are a big kaiju.
He's playing with you, I think.
What do you
got?
I
see it now. I'm like,
what do you got,
like,
Ryan?
don't make me try to explain
I got this. Got this one at the. For some reason, like whenever I've had a table at a convention, it's like I'm gonna leave with something, and it's always like something Godzilla related.
A Godzilla, nice.
Yeah, this is like part of like a. Oh yeah, check out his backlights.
Holla if you hear me. It's
that's
Luke.
cool.
What's up, Luke? Welcome to the show, Luke. We're talking to everybody today, man. We've had a big show. We had Doran. We were talking about his book, and we had Johnny standing in for Max talking about his book. We had Frog G talking about his book. Now we're getting ready to pop the cork on this one, yo. Monster Matador Volume 1. Now this is all 4 of those books?
It's all 4 of those books. Okay. Well, it's 180 pages. Plus there's a brand new 10-page bonus story that's exclusive to the collection. It's only in the collection.
Cool. So there's content. You have to get this to get it. It ain't in those books I just showed you. So there is content that's outside of those books that's in this volume. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we wanted to entice people that have already backed to come back and get the collection. So we thought that would be a fun way to do it. And it sets up our next storyline which is going to launch next year, and that's going to be Once Upon Some Monsters in Mexico.
Coolness.
Yeah. So he goes back to Mexico to be reunited with his daughter, and we introduce a bunch of new characters, like some luchador monster fighters.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, so it gets crazy. It gets nuts.
Cool.
So we're gonna see some El Santo style action.
Yes, yeah. I mean, you can't do a monster book that takes place in Mexico without giving a nod to Santo.
Hell yeah!
Without acknowledging, we actually have a cool splash in the book where the luchadors are driving, and they're kind of driving, and how Santo has his like the cool convertible and everything.
Yeah, man.
So the first time, so the first time we see them, that's how they're introduced.
Oh heck yeah!
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
So we're going to
we wanted to
on this in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Share this out everywhere. Tell everybody.
Yep.
This one's going to be worth. Look, I've already read all 4 of those, so I can already tell you it's worth. It's worth backing. It's a great story. I'm kind of interested in the extra 10 pages, though. Steven,
you'll get your book. Don't worry about it, Pops.
I mean, 160 pages, right? I mean, this is deep.
Those. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I don't know who that is.
Those Geminis just end up in your mailbox.
Nice. I'm going to show it off. I'm going to get a hold of you. I'm going to be like, Steven, we got to do an unboxing.
Yeah.
I do it to everybody. You got to come out with me and show it all. You got to come out with me when I open it. Yeah, Hex went through it today.
Yeah, man.
We got Jonathan Brooks in the chat. What's up, Jonathan? How you doing? This is great, man. I love doing this. Everything about the community, the network, the way things are progressing, the progression of everybody's art. Okay, look, I just read Brian's 8 books not that long ago. I've read Steven's not that long ago. Doran 3 different books. Everybody's progression and the way they level up with each project just like makes me go, oh hell yeah! I can't wait till the next one. Can't wait to promote it. Steven's one of those guys, man. It just keeps getting better and better. And as soon as he told me, even though I knew it was books I'd already read, it was like I'm still promoting the hell out of it.
Yeah, it's one of the great things about these platforms is that it, because in the past, Marvel, whoever, they would hire these artists to do like backups and annuals, and that's how you learn your craft, right?
Right.
And these days, there's like there's fewer opportunities for that because the market has changed so much. But having that ability to kickstart books or crowdfund books, it gives artists and writers also that ability to kind of like do the work and grow rather than just like waiting for something to come along. Yeah. So and what's nice is that you do see that growth and you see guys just they start kind of like at the beginning and they're kind of a little raw or whatever, but then they keep doing it, and there's that incentive to do it, and they just keep getting better and better. Yep. And it's really cool to watch those artists grow.
Yeah,
and the books too. The books get
I say that all the time. That this is a rare opportunity that the backers have, and that we have also to watch people becoming their best selves as artists, becoming you said, leveling up.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of like when I was a kid and I was reading Frank Miller's Daredevil, and I was like, oh, this is okay. And like you watched Frank Miller becoming Frank Miller.
Better.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have that.
Yeah. That was always that was always the fun of comics, was watching like. You see guys like Jim Lee or all those guys had these like growth things, and you don't really get that anymore because the guys and girls that are coming in are they're basically they're fully formed, which is great, but you kind of miss that. A lot of times you miss that kind of like that growth, because it's kind of cool to see someone like where Jim Lee kind of started as like a John Byrne. was very John Byrne clone.
Right.
And then you see, and then you start to see like Scott Williams. They start experimenting with the inking and the cross hatching, and then Barry Windsor Smith does Weapon X, and then everyone's like, "Oh, we got it." And then all those guys just looked at that, and you know what I mean. And but you and you would see that every month. You would see, and it was so cool to, to watch that, to be a part of that in a sense as a fan, right? To follow your favorites.
And like with Brian,
and now,
for Brian, this is his writing style. Okay, in the beginning of Six Gun Gorilla, you could tell Brian's like super passionate about, I want to make this big, and it doesn't fall off. It keeps getting more intense, more powerful. You keep getting more of a feeling of what dude's going through. I call the gorilla a dude. Check me out. You see what I'm saying? Right. It's like the story gets better and better and better through a issue.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks. That's what we're talking about, though. It's everybody's progression. Everybody getting better and better. You got to keep doing something to get better at it, right?
Most definitely. And like I always say about Preston, for instance, Preston Acevedo. I used to look at his stuff. I'd be like, oh man, that's so Frazetta, or oh man, that's so Simon Bisley. And now I just go, man, that's just so Preston.
That is so Preston, yes, because you can spot it anywhere now. It's like that's his work, right?
Yep. Yeah. And I remember he put out, this trade paperback for Rockabilly Road Trip, and he wasn't really happy about it because you could see like some of the early issues he did were pretty rough and pretty sketchy, and I loved it because going through that book, you're watching him level up from issue to issue to issue. And I think it's so important for artists to see that because it's encouraging, right? And so this scene of ours, it's given so many people an opportunity to learn by doing.
Dude, I met Steven through Christy. Okay. Look at he's like, no, you didn't. No, I don't know Christy. Look at him.
No, you did. You did. I'm just.
Is there a disclaimer into that?
No, don't say her name.
The lawyers aren't done with it yet.
She has a little piece of fan art in one of these books. That's cool.
Yeah, she's got. She does. Yeah.
Look, the whole thing is I'd never known Steven if it wasn't for Christy. And there's all these people that I met through somebody else. Okay. I think I wouldn't have known Brian and Frog if it wasn't for Sim. Okay. It's like this whole thing just branched out from a very small group. And I'm blown away all the time by what's going on and what we're doing. We had, I don't know, 8 launch parties last month or something, I mean, and like a few more this month. And it's like, I'm humbled that people want to bring their stuff to my show, to my network to launch, and so I feel like I got to work hard for these people because they're coming to my house, Steven, you know what we're going to do. We're going to talk about this all the way through the campaign like we always do,
Right.
But I'm still going to tell you, drop that link every day. Keep me reminded because I just deal with way too many books.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. And it is CromCon weekend, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be all lit up this weekend. You guys know what's up.
Well, Pops, that's why we love you because you bust your ass tirelessly for this indie comic scene.
I just want everybody to succeed, and I want good books. I just want good books to read and y'all to succeed. That's pretty simple, man. And I got to admit, a lot of the stuff, I mean, pretty much everything I've gotten the last couple months, few months, 3-4 months, has all been really good. So if you sent me something the last few months, or I backed you and you fulfilled and sent me a book, just rest assured, y'all know I don't do reviews, but y'all are kicking ass right now.
Honestly, I mean, I've backed a ton of books in this scene, and I've only gotten maybe 2 that I thought were like genuinely bad.
Well, now I
Right?
still have a little stack over there I haven't read, so don't all of you get excited.
Oh.
Yeah, and
Oh, we're not in that stack, right? We're on the other stack.
right. And mind you, I take no pleasure in when one of my peers puts out a book that's substandard. You know, it makes me feel horrible. Makes me feel horrible for them because I want to see everybody succeed. I'm not a competitive guy. Let me put it that way.
I'd like to say for the 3 years I've been doing this, 98% of the stuff we promoted has been pretty fucking good.
Yeah, man.
You know,
But
and
then
I can say that with conviction.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. I want to say I want to say something. It's because you say that the competitive thing, and it's true. It's not a competition, right?
No.
We all do our own books. It's and as creators, part of this scene, we're all helping each other out, all promoting each other. And if someone buys my friend's book instead of Monster Matador, that doesn't bother me because Monster Matador might not be a book that they're into, but if I could turn them on to something else, that's great. And it goes both ways,
Yes.
People who look at it as a competition, you're not really going to get anywhere because you're not going to have people helping you out. Right. And no one does this on their own, right? I mean, we all benefit from having, a bigger network, more, the more people that are pushing your book, the more people that are talking about your book, the more people you're going to reach. Yeah. If you think it's just going to be you with a megaphone, you're not going to reach as many people as you might think. And
no, you got to have frogs. You got to have past master Dans. You got to have Moe. You got to have guys like that out there doing that thing.
Yeah. Felix Haas in there.
People like me, people like Nita that are actually trying to build networks. With complete programming, all different kinds of shows. So it's like, and that's something else. I haven't really said much today, but if you have a show you want to bring to the Madness Comic Network, we're fine with simulcasting what you do. If you want to do an original show on our network, we will make sure it's going to your channel too. It's not like, you see what I'm saying? It's co-opetition. It's not
exactly. There's the team. I mean, there's the term. Yeah.
And go check out Smokes the Fox, in demand right now. I got mine. I got mine. And it is in the stack I haven't read yet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Justin.
Written by this unknown author by the name of Mike Barron.
Mike freaking Barron. I know. Yeah. See, and it's like I'm saving those two books for a really special occasion to read them. You know what I mean? Because it's Mike, and it's Mike writing about pot smoking.
I know. How can you go wrong with that? You can't.
I know.
Pops, you look so inspired.
The whole concept. I was the third backer. I was the third backer. As soon as I heard about that book, I started promoting it. I just loved the whole concept. I love Mike. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he is.
Justin's a good dude.
Yep.
Has a channel of his own. Go check it out. They do a couple of unique shows. I will give him. He's got a little conspiracy theory show and some cannabis promotion. We always like that. Yeah, and if all the books are good, everybody eats, and the fans get good product.
Right.
I kept hearing about the fans come first. We got to serve the fans. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's what I want then. Serve the fans, and
but we also have to serve the creators that are coming in the door behind us.
You got to help them in for sure.
That's one of the things that I really love about this scene is how generous my fellow creators have been to people who are coming in and they don't know what's up. They've never done this before. Maybe that's their first time making a comic. It's definitely their first time doing a crowdfunding campaign, and we can help them along. And
I remember talking to Justin when he first come out, talking about Smokes the Fox, and he's got Don, and he's got Mike, and he's got Tim Vigil. He's got all these badasses doing stuff on his book, and I'm like, who are you, dude?
I know, it's awesome. Isn't that great? It's so cool. It's so cool. And we've had so many new creators coming in, and does that mean maybe like some fewer backers, less money for creators like me? Probably, but you know what? That's okay, because a rising tide lifts all ships. And I just love seeing it. It's just awesome.
We got 1 minute. Are you ready to launch this thing? I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, it's not launched? I'm sorry.
We're at 5:59.
Yeah.
We're about to launch.
Yeah, we're ready to do it.
Whoop, whoop.
Woo. And then we go back.
I'm always nervous.
We got to push the
button.
I know. I'm always nervous, like I'm going to do something wrong.
I get the same way every time too. Wrong button.
I'm like, did I miss something?
I know.
On the promo page all the time, I'd be like, there's always a link in there to launch. I was like, oh, I better not hit that button. I had nightmares about that.
Right? Yeah.
Hit the wrong button. I just launched it. I'm not ready.
Yeah, I know people that have done that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We got Glenn Fleming in the chat. All right, guys, what's up?
All right.
Bum, 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 bum.
All right, we're launching.
Dun, 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 dun.
Release the gremlins.
It's all right. We're launched.
Congratulations, sir.
All right.
Woo! Right.
So
all right, we're done. Bye. No.
Where's the cake?
Who's going to be number one backer? That's what I want to know. Is it going to be somebody we know? Is it going to be a lurker that's hiding? You can't dox them though, Stephen. But if they're okay with saying they were number one, then by all means let people know they was number one.
Yeah, of course, of course.
You got fans, Hex. You got fans.
Heck yeah.
Yes, I need a fan. Yeah. Oh, hey, Belmont Press. What's up?
All right, Monster Matador number one. Let's go ahead and run through and see what we have here. Look at that. Now go ahead and give your team all the love now, Stephen. This is when you do it.
All right. Hold on. All right. So we've got we've got a hardcover or soft cover for volume 1. And jeez. Sorry about that. Like, how do you want to run? I guess how do you want to run through? Okay, we got the pitch.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it's a post-apocalyptic kaiju throwdown about a matador who fights monsters to make a better world for his daughter. If you like action movies, you will love this book. It is it's drawn by Fabio Alves, who is nominated for a Ringo Award for his cover work on a book called Banjax. It's colored by Alex Zieff, who colors Cult of Dracula for Source Point Press. This is a 180-page collection. It's got a bonus 10-page story. Some of the rewards, we've got a hardcover with a signed book plate that comes signed by me, Fabio, and Alex. This is the first time that all three of us have signed something. Fabio lives in Brazil and Alex lives in Mexico, so the book plates are making their way around the world right now. We have Fabio draws the book digitally, so there is no original art to the book. But he has done some sketches, some remarks for on 5x7 book plates that are in there. We also have, for the first time, an original art pinup that was published in Tango the Matadors #1 from Tony Donnelly. And there are literally, I think, only like 5 actual original art pieces of the 180 pages that were actually drawn on paper that weren't done digitally. So it's pretty rare. And then there's a soft cover version. There's a soft cover version with a virgin cover, so without the logos. And something else cool that we did on this is it includes a study guide, which what it is that it kind of gives background into matadors and how they tie into the culture and society, and also kind of digs deep into the themes of the book and the art techniques. So this is a page from the news story that's on that picks up after Apocalypse.
I could tell because that was new to me. I never seen that before. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
cool. The study guide right here.
And we've got early bird specials too for the next. I think they run. I said 48 hours, but I think I ran until Friday. So
Coolness.
All right, so we got the pledge $5 or more. Thank you. The digital trade paperback. The Early Bird Monster Matador Volume 1 trade paperback right there. The Early Bird, last 48 hours, 180 pages. It's got Monster Matador, Tango of the Matadors 1 through 3, plus the After Apocalypse and the bonus story exclusive to this collection.
Yeah.
How'd I do?
Good job. That was fantastic.
I need to hop out there, guys. But yeah, good luck on this launch. It's definitely looks really good.
Hey man,
Thanks
pleasure
for
meeting
coming out,
you,
Frog.
Doran.
Make sure to drop that link.
Congratulations and best of luck.
Thanks. Yep. All right, see you guys around.
Take it easy, bro.
Orchie.
I will see Frog on Sunday. You will see Frog on Sunday during CromCon.
Yeah, those boys are killing it for sure.
Everybody's killing it right
Everybody's killing it.
Look at this.
That's how we like it.
This is the remark plaque that he's talking about, right?
Yeah. So I'll have a sketch on there.
Add-ons, all the variant covers of all the previous books. I hope, yes. All the different covers.
Yeah. So there's a foil cover. There are only 25 of those that were printed. So that one's pretty low on stock. There's our Beastie Boys cover. It's a sketch cover. It's done on sketch cover stock. It's a artist called Carlos Dearmas. He has this really cool thin line style. It's really detailed. I thought it would be cool. We didn't want to color it because it just looks so good in black and white. So we did it on the sketch cover stock to make it look like it was. It's an original drawing.
Nice. I'm a total black and white fan, so.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. We actually have we did a black and white version of Afropocalypse.
Nice.
We printed up 20 of those. It came out really cool because Fabio changed his style a little bit. Really influenced on that one because it's a bit more of a horror thing by Bill Sienkiewicz and Jay Lee.
Nice.
So it came out really cool in black and white. It's definitely got like a different feel, a lot of atmosphere to it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Then there's that. We have a glow in the dark print that we've done.
Oh, awesome. Gotta love glow in the dark stuff. That's always
cool. Yeah.
Glow in the dark. Oh, that's awesome.
What's that?
How do you print glow in the dark?
I did it through a place called it's a company called Nakatomi Print Labs, Nakatomi Inc. And they're like Mondo, if you know, like screen prints, that kind of. And I just wanted one. I just wanted one for myself because they're so cool. And so we wound up doing like a short run of about 50 or 55. So they're cool though. They're really cool. They've got like you see the bug kind of overlaid on it.
Yeah, really neat.
So that one was a lot of fun. And right below it you see that the glow in the dark. Oh, not the glow. Sorry, the black and white.
Oh, that does look cool.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. You see it in there. Yeah, it came out really, really cool.
Black and white is just also just great for monster comics.
Yeah, and what's nice because we just grayscaled all the color and everything. We just we didn't do anything to it, but it just came out really great. Like the grays and everything just really worked out.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I had a question about the logo that you had. It's too bad it's not on screen, but what inspired it? Was it back to the say the 70s or the Fright Night type stuff, or It looks like the monster Matador kind of has this retro look to it.
Yeah, I was looking for something that was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of like a monster thing, but I didn't want it to be horror. I didn't want it to be something. And I found this font. This is a font I found called Zombie. And yeah, and it's a open, whatever they call it, open source or free font or whatever.
Right.
And I've been using it for 15 years. I mean, since I've been using it for over 10 years. Yeah, for the book. It just kind of fit. I just,
it's perfect.
I tried out so many different ones, and this is the one that I ended up with. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Like I said, the story's good. And like he said, it is all action. There really isn't a whole lot of fluff with this. It's stuff getting killed pretty much the whole time. It's good. I mean, there's a story, but there's a lot of action in the story. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's real good. It's really good. So
we want to make sure people get their money's worth.
Yeah, and you will, and you have already up to 5 backers, and it's going to do just fine, Stephen. We're gonna push the hell out of this all month. You know what's up.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Now, forgive me for not remembering who all is supposed to be there, but did you get a spot CromCon this month?
No, I'm not going to be able to do it this weekend.
Okay.
I'm not going to be around, but yeah.
All right. Then we will make sure we talk about you a little bit over the weekend, bro. Because
All right. Thank you. Yeah.
That's what we do. Now,
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Next Monday, I don't have anybody booked because I never book anything after CromCon. So if you want to come out next Monday and do a little update, see where we're at, you're more than welcome.
All right. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. My sister's coming in town, so I gotta figure out how to manage that.
It's only a half hour.
I know. No, I know, but
he's gonna get his Matador capo. He's gonna
entertain her. Yeah. I got to get the costume back from the dry cleaners. Let's see if it's ready.
All right. So, any of you guys got any other questions about how we got here? I mean, I want to hear a little bit more about your team, really. It seems like they get lost in the shuffle of this. The story's so good, we don't.
Yeah.
We don't give them credit.
Yeah. I mean, Fabio did a book for Action Lab called Banjax with Ryland Grant, and that's how I met him. I had actually a different artist in mind, and he had to bow out because he went off. He started doing his own creator-owned thing. And then I had another artist that didn't work out, and Fabio had just finished Banjax, and Ryland offered to put me in touch with him, and it worked out perfectly. But what's interesting about it is that the original artists that I had in mind had a more kind of a cartoony style, more comic booky style, I guess, because that was kind of like how I drew it. And Fabio's is more kind of like realistic, more intense and whatnot. And when he started drawing it, I didn't wind up rewriting the script to fit it. And it was, again, one of those happy accidents where the tone of his drawings against the tone of my script just kind of like brought out something new to it. So it's funny without like, there are bits that are just funny without like trying to be funny, just because it's so overly serious.
It really is.
That, like it actually pushes out the humor even more, because it's not like, hey, look at this is funny, it's more just like a natural kind of like, so it's got this weird, it's got this quirky little tone to it, which is really nice. And when I did After Apocalypse, I wrote that one specifically for him. He likes to do action. He likes to do just like, badasses and things like that. So I was like, all right, we'll just do a whole script of that. I'll do one for you. And so that one was a lot of fun. And it's good because it gets him excited about the book. I know when he's not excited about stuff, he's really slow drawing.
One tip I have
Yeah.
for people that are starting in this business, if you're
Yeah.
a writer, give your artist stuff to draw that they love drawing.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I would get like 4 or 5 pages a week, which is like great, because he was just like, he was having fun, he's having fun doing it, and that's the best thing.
And it shows.
And there
it
are
comes off the page too,
Yeah, it does. And there are, and I give him the room to kind of put his own stamp on it. He'll add little things here and there. He'll do things. There's the opening of Tango of the Matadors where the Matadors being kind of carried over these ruins by the kaiju, and they're she's a fly, so they're flying up in the air. And originally, I had him having his hands free, struggling as someone is riding their horse, ready to throw the sword to him. And Fabio didn't really want to draw that. And again, this is why. And again, this is where how things change from like writing to drawing, because some things just work better written than they are drawn. Yep. And what he did instead was he had the Matador's hands kind of tied behind his back with this kind of like, whatever icky stuff bugs, put out of their mouths.
Yeah.
And it was kind of, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's actually really cool. And because it adds this other layer to it. And like, wait a minute, now how did that happen? How did he get from there,
Yeah.
So there are things like that where you give him room and he'll do that. And, you can't be too precious with your scripts, because of that. It really is a collaboration. Yeah.
It is. We were talking about this before, how it's kind of like jam music, where it's like you do your thing and then you throw it to the artist and then they do their thing. And my favorite part of this process is polishing up the dialogue, like right before it goes to the editor, because my dialogue will change depending on what the artist has given me.
Yeah.
And they'll inspire me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And that's the way it should be. I really believe in that process too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right now the triple signed hardcover is the one people seem to like. I'm just
triple
saying.
Signed?
Yeah. Triple signed.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh no, I was gonna say, I sent the book plates to Brazil to Fabio, and they're on their way back to me, and then they're gonna go to Mexico to Alex to get signed. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Good stuff, guys.
And there's only 50 of them because for whatever reason, we've been having a lot of challenges with mail to and from Brazil. So I didn't want to do too many and have them get held up or lost. So yeah.
I can dig that.
So once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, so jump on that now, people.
Yeah. Dude. And if you mention Pops, if you mention the Madness, I will if you do a physical, if you back a physical, I'll throw in this trading card. It's some art that I drew, it's signed, and then on the back, do a little sketch on it.
See that?
So that's just a cool little bonus for the Madness. And these are nice. These are those extra thick trading cards, and they've got they feel like velvet or silk on the front. So.
See that? Mention Pops, you get a bonus card, man.
That's awesome. That's right.
Even look. Thanks, Steven. I appreciate you, brother.
Seriously. Yeah, of course.
Of course. I love that kind of stuff, man. This, this is all about. It really is. Also, I want to get with our sponsor from Laughing Rogue and get you a crossover card into the Slaughterville game, because the Monster Matador has got to be in Slaughterville, dude. He's got to be. I mean, it's like it's one of those matches made in comic.
Yeah.
Everybody that's got a horror theme should have a crossover card with Chris at the Laughing Road for Slaughterville. And also, they launched Gone Hunting, the game, yesterday. I don't know if you guys have seen the last few days. We've been going out on the network and actually playing the game. And it's a really fun freaking game, right? We were having a good time. And
That's
so, you know, me being me, Brian.
Yep.
I'm like, but hey, what about a comic book
right.
based on the Gone Hunting game? Only instead of going out and shooting bunnies, we could go after classic monsters like in Slaughterville. So he just combined his two games, probably somehow or another, where there's going to be an extra addition, a special expansion where you can go hunting after monsters as well.
Oh,
Not
awesome.
just hunting elk and deer and bunnies and stuff, but go after cryptids and, you know, everything, right? Yeah. And that's when we really start doing the crossovers.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, are you guys ready for what's coming? I want a Monster Matador card in Slaughterville. I'm just saying. Make it happen, Chris.
Badass.
Make it happen. You know what's up, dude. What's the number say now?
Good.
I got 8 backers, $344, and my friend, you're on your way.
We're on our way.
You're on your way. We're going to promote the heck out of this, though. There's a lot of places we need to get you seen. You know, what's
We
up,
got
Ice
another
Queen?
one.
What's up, Ice Queen? What's up? We are looking at the Monster Matador, and this is some good stuff. I'm just saying, good stuff. Oh, I got to start giving people quotes to put on their campaigns.
That'd be awesome. Pop says.
Yeah, I do. I really do. I need to start giving my friends quotes to put on their campaigns. It's good stuff. Because, you know, I look at some of these and I'm like, man, that's David Peoples. I actually like the Savage Avengers. I really do.
Yeah.
It's like the only thing that's going on in mainstream that I like, but I'm still undecided on volume 2, but volume 1, the first 28 issues with Punisher and Conan and Doc Voodoo and Elektra Wolverine, that was some good shit, man.
Is that actually worth reading? Because it's
it's fun. It's a fun book.
Avengers first volume 1, because it's kind of hard to water all those characters down. I think that's why they put them all in one place.
So they kind of like segregated them.
Well, no, they put them all over there and they let them be who they are over there. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It's like, but they didn't. You know, I like it. It was pretty funny, especially the Conan and Punisher interactions.
Oh, nice.
Oh, good stuff.
And we're talking classic Conan here? Like we're talking sword-wielding Conan?
Yeah, it's Conan and Punisher and Elektra and Wolverine and Doc Voodoo. I think that's all. But now they have a volume 2, which is a whole different crew, and I'm still not sure on that yet.
Gotcha.
We'll have to see. But yeah, good stuff there.
Because I'm sure that there's good stuff coming out, but it's like I've been so turned off by all the garbage that I don't even bother with like the mainstream anymore.
And that's the hard part. It's like so much of it did just like nosedive, man, really did. Quality all the way around.
Right. So then like the good stuff gets lost in the shuffle. But, you know, eventually the cream rises to the top. And
what else at Marvel went 28 issues in the last 5 years?
Oh, that's a good point. Like launching a number 1 after like every 6 issues. Remember when they were doing that?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that they've launched in the last few years that actually went past 12 is that. You know, everything else like stop, reboot, stop, do it again, try again, try something else. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, 28 issues. I was kind of proud of it. But then they went to volume 2, and they switched up the cast. Gotcha. I'm not so sure they're going to be quite as savage. You see what I'm saying? Cloak and Dagger, and you see what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
You know, so jury's out on volume 2, but volume 1 was awesome.
Well, also it's just like everybody's walking on eggs right now. Like the Jason Aaron Conan series, He just like apologized twice for nothing. Right? And then finally it's just like why would you do a Conan comic at Marvel? Right? Because you can't let Conan be Conan.
Yeah.
But I guess in the Savage Avengers, we actually get some like Robert E. Howard.
Well, you get Conan as Conan. I don't know if you're going to get quite all the gore,
right,
that you would get with just a old school Conan book.
Well, the old school Conan comics weren't gory at all. Savage Sword, they could get away with a lot more.
That's what it. That's
but the blood was always like black. If you'll remember.
Yeah, black.
Yeah, and you saw him like swinging the sword, and you kind of knew where he hit somebody, but you weren't seeing like people like cleaved in.
Look, this is Wolverine, right? This is Wolverine. Okay, the story of Wolverine is he's got the sharpest, baddest fucking weapons out there, and you never see slices and dices. You see him put his hand into somebody's chest,
right?
But you don't see what you should, the gore you expect to see, right?
People chopped into pieces.
Yeah,
Jubilee going like this with yellow and red.
The hallway and went whoosh, 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 whoosh. Cut all these people.
Or you see like the flash of the impact.
Where's my bloody splash?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, all these like neat little tricks that they would use to get around like the Comics Code Authority.
Yeah.
But now there is no Comics Code Authority.
So now there's a new bullets authority. And bugs. Look. Now you just put bullets and bugs. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Big bugs, though. They're big bugs.
Like Savage Land.
Really big teeth.
Bugs, right? Because doesn't this take place in the Savage Land?
This is our world, right? Right, Stephen?
What's that?
This is Earth, right? Earth known now?
Yeah.
But they're not like in the Savage Land hanging out with like Kazar.
Hey, what's up, Matt?
And this dude always has the best poses too.
Yeah, that's one
always
thing.
Like got the look. He's always standing proud, dude. Always.
Yeah.
It's great.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got confused. I actually thought we were looking at Savage Avengers for a second. This is amazing.
I was like, why does he keep saying Savage Land?
Yeah, somebody should have slapped me a lot sooner.
Yeah. We did a crossover.
This was not Savage Avengers. This is Monster Matador.
Unofficial. Savage Matador.
You have Stephen. You have like a really good-looking book.
Thank you. Yeah. I love that panel. The lady with the glasses, with the goggles over there. That's one of my favorite panels that beautiful. They did.
Has kind of like a Sienkiewicz look to it a little bit.
Yeah. That's what he was going for in that book, in the Afropocalypse one.
Nice.
Give it more of the horror feel.
So all you people in the chat and whatnot that have shows, please hit Stephen up. You can find him in the Comic Related Madness or Stephen Prince on Twitter. Hit him up. Get him on your shows. Get this scene. Let's get this funded because that's what we do.
Right. Just don't hit me.
And this is with a big pile of money.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Got a gold bar.
Piles of
It really is good stuff, man. He's delivered on 4 already. He fulfills. These are all done. These stories have all been done. He's combining them into a trade for you guys that don't do floppies. I know there's a lot of people. Me and Brian and Sim have this conversation all the freaking time. There's people who like floppies, and there's people who like trades. Well, for those of you who like trades, here you go.
I'm a trade paperback guy because it just makes the comics more accessible. It's easier for me to take a book off the shelf than it is to bust open long boxes.
Yeah, well, see, I get all that. I just, for me, it's always been a collector. As a collector,
right?
And trades just don't have a collectible value.
Yeah, see, like I've never been a collector. I've always just been a reader. That's not to say I haven't collected comics, but like
and
back in the day, if you wanted
action figures, oh,
right. No, I mean, but I mean, back in the Disney, there were, I mean, if you wanted earlier issues of comics, you had to go to like Mile High Comics or wherever and get the back
Brian.
issues.
When I was young, there was no comic stores. There were no back issues. That was back when they used to rip the cover off the ones that didn't sell and send them, and throw them away or send them back or whatever.
Yeah.
They didn't have a place to go get back issues back then.
Right.
When I got into comics, that Avengers Defenders crossover for the Evil Eye, the battle for the Evil Eye, and it was Defenders versus Avengers, and it was very early in the Defenders run, like 7 or 8 through 13, something like that.
Yeah,
and the Avengers 118 through 120, or that area, right? It was a crossover, and when one story was in the Avengers, the next part of the story is in Defenders, and then back to the Avengers and back to Defenders, and it went on for a few months, right? And it was a really good story. But if you came in like I did at the end of the story, right, and you were like, "Wait a minute, what happened to get here?"
Yeah, you were shit out of luck.
You had to run through every single department or grocery store, drugstore, all the places that had the spinner racks back in the day, right?
Yeah.
And you had to look at the back of each freaking thing that holds comics, the whole spinner rack, because they'd come in and they'd put the new stuff in front of the
that's right. I forgot about that.
Dead on, Pops, dead on. I was with you on that too.
And you're looking and
sitting there going through
to
them.
get this whole story, which is 3 months back issues. And you had to go spin
I totally forgot about that. Right. I remember doing that exact same thing.
Oh man, I ended up getting that whole story and getting to read that whole story. But man, I went to a lot of different stores to find them books, dude.
Well, that's the thing, especially when you're younger. These comics come out, I mean, you fall in love with them, and you just want, you want more. You want more of the story. I mean, I always say that I had a college level vocabulary in the 6th grade. And that's not because I was smart. That's because, whenever I sat down to read a comic, I had the dictionary right next to me. Because if Dr. Strange or Tony Stark or Reed Richards or Dr. Doom used a word that I didn't understand, I would go and look it up because I needed to know exactly what they were saying. Yeah.
And what was the worst when you were reading a comic book and it had one of them little boxes that said reference this other book if you want to know what these fuckers are talking about, right? So now you've been reading let's say Marvel Team Up, Spidey and Iron Man, and Iron Man makes a reference to something that happened in Iron Man 133. So now they got that little box that says, if you want to know what they're talking about, go check out Iron Man 133. Now you're dumbass down the store trying to find Iron Man 133 just to find out what that one sentence was that related to the story you were reading.
Yeah.
Dude,
man.
I have the Defenders comic that has the Rush lyrics in it. Do you know about that one?
Was that one of the
Doctor Strange uses Rush lyrics in a spell?
No. Oh wait, was this when Steve Gerber was writing? Because that's kind of like a thing that he would do. I would
can't
think.
remember who wrote it, but it was hilarious, right? It's because as soon as I read it, I was a Rush fan. As soon as I read it, I was like, wait a minute. And then you go look, and right at the beginning on the first page, there's a little box again that says, dedicated to Alex, Neil, and Getty. And, and it's like, oh, this is cool as hell, because it was one of my favorite comic titles at that time and one of my favorite bands at that time. So,
and back then they would actually not only, Steve Gerber said this, that they would not only allow you as a writer to be like weird, right? Mm-hmm. They actually kind of sort of encouraged it. And that's why
the lyrics are from the song The Twilight Zone. The lyrics for the spell, for Doctor Strange's spell, are from the song The Twilight Zone. It's good shit, man. It's like, I love comics, man, and it's all from way back then. It was triggered all the way back then. I have all those books today, not the same books,
Right.
But when I started this collection again, one of the first things I did was made sure I had those Defenders and Avengers issues, because that's where it all began for me.
Nice.
You know.
Yeah, man.
Love this stuff, man. And I think I just saw 10 backers.
Really?
Yeah, we got 10 now.
10 backers.
Getting up there.
Booyah.
Cool.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
talking about almost $500. He's on his way, man. Now the goal is $9,000, so we got a little work to do, but
yeah,
you know,
we just started. We just started.
You know, we will work our best to get you there, Stephen. You know what's up.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate everything.
Also, I wanted everybody to understand that the floppies are there as add-ons. Right?
Yeah, you can get, if you like floppies, you can get floppies. Whatever you don't see there, just ask me and I'll send them to you.
You can't ask for better than that. Whatever you don't see, just ask, because customer service comes first. With some people,
yeah, and if
dude,
you know, if you get a hardcover, you get a couple trades, whatever, maybe we'll throw some stuff in. It's not a big deal.
Nice.
We want everyone to be happy and everyone to get their books. So.
And I want people to read the books because, like I said, I enjoy them, and I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people out there that have similar taste in mine. They're going to enjoy this. It's not boring. It's definitely not any kind of political preachy anything on either side of anything. It's all about dudes killing shit. I like it.
Well, that's one of the things that's so frustrating about contemporary comics, and we can thank Brian Michael Bendis for this, are the talking heads, right? We have page after page after page of talking heads. I write my comics in such a way where even if you couldn't read the language, you could still follow the story.
Right. And if you haven't checked it out, Stephen, Brian's books are really good. Six Gun Gorilla. Really good.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I will definitely check that out. I've heard of it.
Yeah, they're really good. That was a public domain character that he revived and turned into something real. You know, so
was it a Boom? Was it a Boom book or something, or is that something else?
No. Well, what happened was, I mean, look, what are the odds of 2 Six Gun Gorilla comics coming out like literally at the same time, like in the same month?
Wow.
0 and none. Right? Or I should say, I'm sorry, slim and none, and slim won the day.
Dang.
And I was like, what the? Yeah. So what happened was, I guess Cy Spurrier, he knew that character was going public domain, as I did.
Oh, okay.
And so we both did something totally different. And he made his a science fiction comic where the gorilla isn't even really there. It's like imaginary.
Okay.
Right? And it's a science fiction story about like a futuristic blood sport / reality TV show. And mine was just a Western. And because neither of us had the original story to work from, because there are only 2 copies, both of which were under lock and key in a museum in London.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so it was like really bad luck and sort of good luck too, because it it got my book some attention, and but I was pissed. As I'm sure he was too. But of course, he already had a publisher.
At least they weren't the same direction, though. At least it wasn't. You both didn't do like a Western version, because I would have been.
Yeah, that would have been that would have been horrible. And I said in an interview, this was with Bleeding Cool before I found out what psychos they were, that I think there was room for both of our books, because his is science fiction, mine is a Western. And then he got pissed off and said, no, mine is a Western too. And then I found an interview that he had done some months prior where he said, this is not a Western, it's a science fiction story.
He's playing the fans.
I mean, I reached out to him and said, like, yo, a New York Comic Con is coming. I'm going to have a table there. If you're there, swing by, and I'll take you out for a pint afterwards. And, And yeah, he wasn't exactly receptive.
Oh wow. Okay.
Or friendly. Let me put it that way.
Now look,
Yeah.
I have to tell you why though, Brian. I
And
heard of your book.
Well, here's
That's
the
why
thing.
he's salty.
Right.
They had
might have been pretty jealous. Yeah, it's possible.
They had
yeah.
nothing I didn't see anything relating to the book, even at like the boom booth.
You
I didn't
see what I'm saying?
anything, right? And
Oh.
we were really lucky because we had a corner table. And this is New York Comic Con. I had a corner table, and when you came in through the door, if you looked to the left, you saw this giant FU 6-gun gorilla banner. And we saw over 300 issues. We ran out of comics on day 2.
Wow.
Nice. That's a double
Yeah, it was
thumber.
validating. It was validating. That was and that was my first convention too. So that was like no waiting in, just like into the deep end.
Wow.
I was just grateful the whole thing wasn't a disaster.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, the other little detail is that, I got to keep it real. Like, we ruled Independence Alley. Our booth was always active, and the others not so much. And I like to think it's because we had like the most amazing book, which I think we did. But some of it also, I think, has to do with the fact that we had the only comic in Independence Alley that wasn't about zombies that year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because everybody else was like, okay, well, what's selling right now?
Well, now.
And you never do that. You never
You're almost
do
at
that.
$500, my friend.
What?
Boom.
He's almost up to $500 already.
Hell yeah. In like less than an hour?
Yeah. We're doing
Heck
that.
yeah.
11 backers. Thank you guys. Thank everybody for backing.
Folks.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Thank you for supporting indie comics.
Yeah.
And this just looks dope.
Well,
This
thank
looks great.
Man, I can't even say it enough. This, having read the 4 books, I already know. And yes.
Yeah, so you can vouch. You can vouch for them.
Right here, handy. Okay. I've read all 4 of these books. These books are wonderful. And as you can see, this last one is a little bit thicker. Okay.
Yeah, it's a 68 pages.
After Apocalypse is a little thicker than the other 3, but look, man, always cool goodies. Is that a shin? No, that's not a shin. There's some shin stuff in here somewhere, though. I know that.
There is, yeah.
We love Christy. You guys know she's one of our. She has a show on the channel now too. She brought the lunch hour back to life, and she's doing it Wednesday afternoons.
Sweet.
On the Madness Comic Network. So if you're a fan of Christy, get out there for that. Now, this cover, though, hold up. This one cover, tell everybody what's up with this one.
So that is that's Afropocalypse cover. That's the main cover for Afropocalypse.
Mm-hmm. Why is everybody all?
Oh, why? Probably because Fabio got lazy.
He got lazy.
It's a maybe or no. It's a
Budget
draw
cuts.
draw yourself in. Yeah, budget cuts. No. It actually looks a lot cooler with the silhouettes because it draws the attention to the Matador. If he had drawn everyone in there, just kind of like too busy. So that's kind of nice
said about Matador always striking a pose, right? Now
yeah, that's the thing I love about it. Yeah.
Even on a freaking horse, the dude's got a pose, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everyone, it's like dudes.
Look, Samuel Jackson would say,
that's Captain Morgan.
He's a badass motherfucker. That's right,
Captain Morgan, dude. He's doing the Captain Morgan right there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Maybe I gotta ask Fabio if he's a fan. I gotta ask him if he's a fan of that stuff.
It's all good stuff.
That's funny.
It's all really good stuff. I can't express enough. Not only that, but Steven's generosity. I mean, he's been sending me books since I started promoting it. Everyone like clockwork. I will promote him from beginning to end. As long as he's doing comics, he's my friend. I'm gonna be promoting what he does. Good dude. You guys, look, have fun. do stuff that makes people laugh, that gives people entertainment, enjoyment. That's what this is really all about. I'm about to go find out how much Hex entertained me. Hex, am I going to be entertained?
Oh my God. I keep telling you, you're going to have your mind twisted around.
See that? See that? Yeah. That one right there.
Yes.
See, that one. Yeah.
This sucker right here.
Yeah.
I'm not effing around. As I
Be
said
nice
before,
to that book. Quit bending it all up like that. Jeez, yeah.
this is the display copy.
That's okay.
I have on,
Respect
just
all
bring out on
comments.
streams.
Respect
And
them
remember,
all.
if you back volume 1, a physical version of volume 1, I can ship out maybe not this one, a nicer version of the
Yeah, a nicer version.
an untouched
of
version. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Of this one. I can ship out immediately. Yeah. So,
And all
what were
these
we saying?
links, all the links are in the chat. I think they're all in the description for all the books that we've been talking about. I don't know if yours is in the description, Hex, because you were like a last minute add-on, but I will edit and make sure that your link goes in there too. You guys all rock, man. Look, we're gonna go another 15 minutes. We're gonna see where we're at after an hour, but I want to see more than 11. We're gonna hang out here for 15 more minutes. So back. Oh shit! It's up to 15 backers. Okay,
Bam.
I'll shut up. I'll shut up.
That's a good promotion right there. Look,
it's selling itself.
We got scared. Go be funny.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Cool. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Get behind this one. Get behind them all. Everybody that's doing this is doing it for the fans. If you just
definitely not for the money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a few people that are falling into the money, and that's okay.
Yeah.
We love them.
That's great. Hey, man, if you can do it, that's great.
Nothing but power to you if you can fall into the money.
Yeah.
That's the whole purpose of being
Absolutely.
here. First, though, we got to get you funded, right?
That's right.
I mean, that's always the first goal is to get them funded, so the books get in people's hands, because they got them get in people's hands. People got to read them, tell their friends, hey, man, did you see this book? This book's cool. You got to have that in order for your fan base to grow. So first and foremost, you got to get that first one funded. You got to get it out there, get it seen. Second, third, fourth, you keep rolling. Brian, 8. Doran's got 3 different titles. Okay. Hex has been rolling along all on his own, man. Pretty much all by himself doing what he's doing. He's got it out. Okay. He's got things getting done.
Yeah.
It's all action. It's all action around the madness, Steven, how you feeling, bro?
Yep. I'm good, man. It's gonna be a long month. These things are always like, once you get started,
17 backers,
shit, man.
17 backers.
Yeah.
You're just gonna roll right along, bro.
I'm just gonna be sitting here for the next 30 days, like this.
Well, we're gonna try and get you at least a week or two where you can just have fun promoting it, because you're already.
Yeah. No, we're off to a good start. I'm happy. It's nice.
Dude. And I know you're doing the same thing I am. You're kind of behind the scenes, sharing it out to places and letting people know, hey, this.
Yeah.
That's part of it too. It's not just coming out on a show, but it's letting all the 2,500 different Facebook groups know that this one's live, and then like half of those will go, you can't do that here, but
Right. Oh my.
There's some angry ones out there for sure. You post on, it's like, I didn't know. I didn't read all your rules. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Don't you read the rules?
Oh,
like no.
Beg for forgiveness, as they say.
I don't follow rules.
Yeah, that's right. You think Matador follows rules? Come on.
Right. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. I just wanted you to know my sponsor picked up your book. I just doxed my sponsor. Did you see that? Yeah. So, I love it. I'm glad this is going well. I'm glad we're off to a good start. We'll be right here beside you all the way through, brother. You know that.
Thank you.
And I don't know what happened to Doc Blalock. He was supposed to come hang out with us, but I don't know what happened to him. He said he was going to try to be home by 4, but he might be home by 4:30. But that was, hope everything's okay with you, Doc.
Maybe he ran out of coffee. He's always drinking coffee.
Oh, dude. Don't get me started on him and his coffee, because, if you do that, then I got to segue into yet another sponsor-driven thing. Jabba by Committed Comics. The year is 2073 and coffee is serious business.
Oh, get out of here.
Committed Comics, yo. One of our sponsors. They got
That's
good
a
stuff
year after the
over
Forsaken
there.
Future. Issue 1.
I love the segues. You guys make this job easy. I'm just saying. And don't forget Slaughterville, Gods of Metal, Gone Hunting, which we launched yesterday. The game, Gone Hunting. Where's that at right now? 13 backers, $561. That one needs some help as well. Got to get that one out there. Got to get that one out there and get that funded too, because, dude, like I said, I played that game the last 2 nights or 2 of the last 3 days, where we played it live. Chris had the game set up on the table in front of him. Really easy to explain and really easy to play. And the Kickstarter version is going to be $10 cheaper than the retail version, so better go get it now. I'm just saying. Good stuff. Good stuff. Monster Matador. Now, who did your Patrick Stewart voice for your trailer?
I hired a guy from, I forgot what the website was. It was kind of like Upwork. It was one of those
Fiverr?
Fiverr, yes. I found a voiceover guy.
Dude, that was great. I love that. I love it.
Yeah. I wanted to have that kind of
gravitas.
Monster Matador.
Dude, it's
fun.
great.
Yeah, it's kind of it's kind of fun.
You never heard Picard say "kick its ass" before. You see what I'm saying? Every time I play your trailer, I see him sitting on the bridge going, "Wolf, kick its ass."
Make it so just doesn't work with the Matador. Yeah,
no, definitely not.
This is great. Good stuff, guys. Thank you all.
Funny,
Brian,
man.
thank you so much for standing in for Rich.
You got it, man. You got it.
And
My
congratulations again to Rich, man. He got hired at the Confetti College over there in London. He's an actual lecturer now for the art department.
Oh,
that's
awesome. What a great thing for him career-wise. Yeah.
Seriously.
Dude, it's freaking awesome, man. So, I love what's happening to all my people. Even though, like, Rich can't be here and I don't know what his future schedule is going to be. The reason he ain't here tonight is because he just wanted to be really prepared for tomorrow, his first day.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
We're holding it down for
I said,
him.
dude, handle your business.
Man.
That's what this is about. That's career shit.
We want to see people succeed. Onward and upward.
As an artist, you want that's like just like a dream job almost to be, you know what I mean, to be able to teach others and shape things. Yeah, that's fantastic.
And a real opportunity too, because sharing knowledge is a good thing. You put out positive energy, you get positive energy. Put out positive energy, you get positive energy back.
Yes. So we'll probably have some roving co-hosts over the next few weeks until he figures out his schedule and gets things settled, because he still has to go through all the visa stuff and all that to stay in England. He's got big, more important priorities than coming out here for a couple hours. You know what I mean? So
that's awesome. So happy for him.
I also wanted to say that starting in October, Madness is going to move up an hour to 3:00, so that when Rich is available, he can be out here. Usually he'd make it for about an hour and then he'd be like, man, I'm beat. I gotta go to bed. It's kind of late for him over there in the UK.
Right.
So, we're going to move it up an hour to starting time at 3:00. instead of 4 o'clock. And I'm sorry for you people in Australia. You just had to get up an hour earlier. No,
It's okay.
Watch replay. You'll be fine.
The Australians, they're tough people. They can deal with it. They can hack it.
That was the reason for the 4 o'clock time slot. Was I get the Australians at coffee in the morning, I get the people in the UK before they've gone to bed, and of course we get the US all the way across the board at prime time. That was the whole purpose of moving it up. But I need to be a little bit flexible for my co-host since he's getting all
hoity-toity and official.
Professor Ritz, dude. Professor Ritz. I don't know how we're going to.
He's going to wear a suit now? Like,
can you see his head already going? Boom, 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 boom.
An ascot. You look good in an ascot.
His head's growing like the Grinch's heart right now.
No, he's a smart dude. He knows well enough to stay humble.
Yes, and he was one of the first people. You got to admit, everybody's got to admit it. He was one of the first people to frog G.
Yep.
He was one of the first, way back when. Love that stuff, man. And he's, come on, man. Did I tell you, Brian, ever tell you how I met Rich?
I don't think so.
CromCon 1. CromCon 1, Keith Williams was going to come out, right?
Nice.
And the day before, this dude I never heard of before is like, hey, he's in my inbox and he's going, Keith Williams is like, he's my mentor, man. He was my mentor at Marvel. Dude, he's like a father to me. And I haven't talked to him in a long time. Can I come out on your show and say hi? And I was like,
oh,
hi.
That's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. I had no idea. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's how I met Ridge. He came, and it was like going through he was going through the cancer surgery and all that at the time.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, this community is way bigger than we really realize.
True.
There's a lot of people that got left behind by the mainstream a long time ago.
Yep.
A lot of people, or that left the mainstream a long time ago. That I mean, you got Chuck and Graham and Aaron and all, whole bunch of people. So
many major talents, man.
Yeah.
So many major talents. I mean, George Perez, may he rest in power. He went back to work, I think, was it for DC? And I think he did a couple of issues or something, and then he was like, yeah, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah.
Good. So think of the great artwork that we missed out on, that he didn't make because of that atmosphere, which is suffocating for creative people. We're creative folks need air. We need space. Yeah. We need freedom just to do our thing. If you box us up and make a second guess every decision that we make, you ain't getting good art.
Dude, I always, whenever I commission somebody, it's like I'll give them a basic idea what I want.
Right.
And then they'll be like, but what about you want? And no. That's all you
do
now.
You.
That's all you now. Yeah, I commissioned you because I want your take on this, right? Yep. So I give you my concept. Now I want to see your art.
Right.
I don't want to direct you all the way through it, or it's like if I'm directing you all the way through it, it's kind of like you're doing what I asked. You're kind of, I don't want that. I want your art.
Yep.
And everything on my wall reflects it too. It's amazing, man. All the different takes on different stuff.
That's what I do with all my covers. So people are like, the artist will be like, well, what do you want? I'm like, I want you to do you.
Do you remember when Action 1000 came out and they didn't do a homage to Action 1?
Right.
There was no variant homage to Action 1.
Right.
I had a friend of mine do an Action 1000 sketch cover, retro Action number 1, nice. But instead of holding up an old sedan, old Soups is holding up the Vikings bus, bro.
Nice.
Oh, dude, it's perfect. And I didn't tell him that's what I wanted. What I told him was I wanted a retro looking, but I didn't want him holding up an old sedan. I wanted him holding up something modern. But I wanted a retro look, just like the old one looked, right?
Yeah.
And that's just what dude gave me, an old retro looking action number one, but dude's holding up a modern vehicle, which is the Vikings team bus.
That's awesome.
It's cool.
Hell yeah.
He did all that shit on his own, though. I was like, yeah, that's perfect. And, I let them go. I let artists do what they want to do. That's when they're the best, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Happy artist is the best.
Yes, that's so true. That's so true. Yeah. So, writers, keep your artists happy.
Yes. All right, we got 2 minutes before we've been on this for an hour since it launched. We're at 18 backers. Can we get 20 before? Can we get 20 in 2 minutes? Can we get 2 more? Can we get 2 more?
I think so.
Punch this thing over 1,000 real quick so that I can go, Steven, congratulations. Roll your well on your way. Well, I get to say that anyway.
So Pops can sleep well tonight.
Dude, I'm sleeping well already. I love, anytime that we come out and people are backing and people are, the thing is getting a good start. That's, now I'm going to push you in other directions. I'm going to tell you, go talk to Sam Barrett, go talk to RJ, talk to Hex. Hex has people on his show. It's like, just go out and talk to these people. And if you're into horror, which you've got to be since you have a monster Matador, Brian's channel on YouTube, every Tuesday night we do the CG Horror Club, where we watch a different horror movie that's not behind a paywall, and then we all come out and we BS about it and like show little clips from it and stuff and talk about it and other things and comics and just have a good time.
You're welcome on there. You're welcome on there any old time.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's fun. I love watching crappy horror movies. So,
well, I mean, we watch crappy horror movies, but we also watch awesome horror movies.
No, either. I mean, no, I know.
Is it Phantasm this week?
Nice.
Phantasm.
Phantasm is
that's
this
what the little
week.
balls, the silver balls.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Yeah, awesome.
Classic.
Yeah,
that's the one we're watching this week, and tomorrow night at 7:00 we'll just be out, just talking crap about it or praising it or whatever it actually deserves. We give them, we're not reviewing them, but we're just having a good time reliving what, going back, because most of these movies come out a long time ago.
Well, yeah, I mean, some people have been saying can't you do movies that are more current? But what I love to do is I love to introduce people to buried treasures.
Yes.
Yes. And stuff that they wouldn't normally come across. And nowadays with streaming, oh my God,
there's so much good stuff.
There's so much good stuff, and there's always a link in the description so people can click on that and watch the movie for free, so they can watch it in advance of the stream, or if just from listening to us talk about it, they're like, "Damn, I got to see that." They click on the link and it takes them right to the movie for free.
I'm a banana.
You guys remember? Hold up. Do you remember being a kid and getting the Chiquita banana stickers and stuff?
Wow.
You're supposed to be in the shower. Go.
So glad kids still do that.
Go. It says Team Pineapple on your shirt. Go. And how come you're carrying around a whole pack of graham crackers, dude? Go upstairs, take one, and go put the rest upstairs, boy. Jesus.
Pops is up to his eyeballs with little gremlins.
Wow. Look at this. Go.
My sister used to do the same thing with the banana sticker.
Yep. Who didn't? Oh man. You were blessed, sir. You were blessed. For sure. Oh man, those kids are adorable.
I love them kids, man. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. There you go. The special edition DVD of Phantasm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I got the did you get the Blu-ray?
You said DVD, so I was thinking, wow.
Well, I got the DVD, but I also got the Blu-ray.
Like in the same case, one of those ones where you get them both? Oh, okay.
No, because there was a 4K version that came out, and I actually got to see that on a big screen with the director, Don Coscarelli, in attendance, and signing books and chatting to fans afterwards.
That's cool.
And he was just a sweetheart. Like just a man of the people, super duper mega humble.
Yeah.
gentlemen, Stephen, congratulations on a good start. Let's get this thing funded, everybody.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. Nice to meet everybody.
Doran, thanks for hanging out the whole time, man. You didn't
Yeah,
have
it was
to,
fun.
but,
I always love talking to you guys and hearing all this stuff.
Dude, awesome.
Yeah,
Brian,
your
again,
book's awesome, dude.
thank you so much for standing in for Rich, man. Appreciate you. And Hex.
Yeah. Haha.
Congratulations again, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you, my friend. We're gonna be
Oh,
checking
man.
this.
It looks like fun.
Oh,
Thank you. Yeah, the books look so good. I almost wanted to keep them all for myself. Screw the backers.
That's not very nice. You sleep on them every night.
It's that good, yeah.
Really looking
That's
forward
fantastic,
to getting into
dude.
that.
It's fantastic. You're in the game now. You're on the scene.
I'm a real boy now.
You're actually the rookie on the panel today.
I love it.
You knew that. You were the rookie today, Hedge.
Yeah.
Everybody else had books. Everybody else has books behind them.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Welcome to the club.
I'll just change my name to Busted Cherry.
Welcome to the club, my friend.
We'll get you a shirt or maybe like a membership card or something.
Yep.
That's awesome to see. It's
thanks,
awesome to see.
Thanks,
That's what we
thanks
like
for
to
showing
see.
it off. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
You bet. I expect I'm going to see most of y'all this weekend anyway, but tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning brew with Lori Calcetera. You know what's up. She's doing that show tomorrow. We may also, we do have a new show, the Hyde Hermit Studios art show tomorrow at 2:00 after the morning brew. And then possibly we may start simulcasting the Pedro and Jen show on our channel as well. So talking to Mark about that, just got to get into his studio and drop my destinations there. And then he'll be doing that show and simulcasting in the Madness Network as well. We're filling up the network with actual comic programming, everybody. You know.
Yeah, those guys are fun.
It's everybody. Anybody wants to bring a show to the Madness or simulcast their existing show or record their show and play it in a time slot where nobody's doing nothing, you're more than welcome to bring your content.
I am going to start doing that, Pops. I'm going to start doing that.
Dude, I'm telling you what, it's, I'm going to talk to somebody tomorrow with a little bit of with a little bit of money.
Miniature violins?
Oh, okay.
What's that?
Tomorrow will be our.
Oh, he's getting the papers ready.
Tomorrow will be our first strategy meeting for the first roadshow.
Oh.
And that means I'll be talking to the man with the RV, the man with the money, the man with the plan, and everybody's gonna
with the tank.
Chris, everybody.
Vehicle.
Dude,
lots of smoke flying out of it.
The RV made it possible. The RV made it possible to make this happen because we can't do that public transportation to the cons. That was that not with all the equipment and everything. That was too much of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine going to a con and having to bring equipment on a transit system. That would,
I've done it. Yeah, no, I'm never doing it again.
I wouldn't even want to do it like for as a vendor or somebody selling comics. I wouldn't even want to do it that way, man. You see how them guys handle your luggage when they're throwing it in the bottom of the airplane, or I mean, how they just cram it underneath a bus, or if you've ever been on a train, pretty much anybody can walk by and take your shit back to their cabin, go through it, and then put it back, and you wouldn't even know it. I mean, so I'm a little leery about the public transport now.
Yeah, rightfully so.
But we just got another backer over there. 19, baby. 19.
Nice.
Wow. Awesome.
Kick ass.
Just roll with this, folks. Let's get this one funded real quick so Stephen can have fun.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We'll do some stretch goals. We'll do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe add some pages in there.
Now, as always, I'd like to thank everybody for watching, sharing, retweeting, all that stuff, because without you guys, we don't get seen by anybody except you guys.
Yep.
show it to the world, man. As many people as we can bring in and get eyes on what these guys do. The more books they get to sell, the more fun they're having, the more they want to make more books for you. All right. Let's be real. It's a very real circle of economics. Okay. It's supply and demand. We want entertainment. They're willing to give it to us. We just got to back what they're doing, man. It's really simple. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all for coming out. Hex, I will talk to you later. Doran, I will see you again before it's over. Brian, I'm going to see you tomorrow night. Yes. I might be late. I don't know if there's football.
It's all good. It's all good.
Stephen, I hope I will see you next Monday.
Yeah.
So we can do a little update.
Yeah, we're going to try. Yeah.
Cool.
I think so. I got to see if I can make it work, but yeah.
All right. You know what's up. We'll get you out here anytime you want, man. Anytime you want.
Thank you.
You bet. I'm going to play some more of those commercial type things on my way out. But I'm going to start with the people that were relevant to the show. Doran, you got to send me a damn trade.
I feel shame. I feel shame.
Email bobsfansam@outlook.com.
Okay. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We really do appreciate you.
Hell yeah. All right. Peace out, yo.
In a world.
Wait, Steven, you got a new one for this campaign? You got to send that to me too. Pops Van Sam.
I'll send. You know what? I'll chop the one that's in the campaign. And I'll send it to you. I'll do that.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Cool.
In a world ravaged by monsters, a new evil has risen, poisoning the land and threatening humanity. Now, the monster Matador, along with the meanest and baddest kaiju killers, have joined forces to kick its ass. Monster Matador, after apocalypse.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. You know I be on a what? Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. It's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving this to all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, somebody clip that shit. I'm just saying.
All sorts of scenarios.
Yeah.
Brian Christgau, your book, Six Gun Gorilla, is excellent. Six Gun Gorilla, awesome. Awesome comic book.
We've all heard the stories. We've all heard the legends. Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, Billy the Kid. But there's a secret history to the Old West. One that seems too strange to be true, but, well, we all know what they say about the truth. Very big ape. Very big guns. Blowing very big holes. Very bad people. I think the world is finally ready to hear the story of the strangest, the most startling Western hero of them all. Six-Gun Gorilla. Long Days of Vengeance.
The sun peeks over the horizon. Your excitement builds. The animals in the field start to stir. The forest comes alive with sounds. The sunlight glimmers off the lake, and the mountains start to shed their morning fog. So load up your favorite ammo, grab a few buddies, and head out to make some memories. And tell the rest of the world that you've gone hunting. Gone Hunting is a 1 to 4 player game of family fun where you build a unique hunting ground, scout different animals, buy weapons and gear, and roll dice to hunt. Complete objectives and try not to miss. So let's load up the truck and back Gone Hunting today. See you in the field.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam with an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide, an Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.
How do you end this thing? How do you put the where's the brakes on this bus? I forgot.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands are done.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we